Mike Waltz to be his national security advisor. Governor Kristi Noem of South Dakota is likely to head the Department of Homeland Security. We have not heard any reaction yet from the governor on that news, which broke overnight.
Tomorrow, President Biden will host an Oval Office meeting with the president-elect. Today, Israel's president visiting the White House as aid groups accuse the country of failing to meet a U.S. demand to surge humanitarian aid into Gaza. But State Department spokesman Vedant Patel says Israel has taken steps.
We continue to be in discussion with our partners in Israel about these steps that they've taken, which they took as a result of U.S. intervention, as well as additional steps that we feel that still need to be taken.
He says for now, the U.S. does not assess that the Israelis are violating U.S. law and that the U.S. will not limit arms transfers to Israel as threatened a month ago, but that the limited progress made so far must be supplemented and sustained. 8 international aid groups say the situation in northern Gaza has dramatically worsened in the past month. The FAA says Haiti is now off limits to U.S. airlines for 30 days after 2 flights were apparently hit by gunfire from gangs. A Spirit Airlines flight while approaching Haiti's capital, 1 flight attendant injured in that incident, and a JetBlue flight returning from Port-au-Prince found what appeared to be bullet damage after arriving in New York. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What could happen to the person responsible? The 49 degrees, cloudy over the circle. Don't bother checking the radar. There's nothing to look at. Clouds will probably remain throughout the day with a low of 39 later. I'm Harrison Silcox. For Moss Roofing, here's what's trending at 3:02. A teenage boy was shot Sunday in Greenwood. Ryan Hedrick reports on what the prosecutor's saying about the case.
Police say the person who fired the weapon was another 13-year-old boy, but now it's up to the courts to decide what's next, says Johnson County Prosecutor Lance Amner.
The young person has been taken into custody and has been preliminarily charged with attempted murder. But we do that to make sure that the legal process proceeds correctly.
Amner says if a teenager is tried in the juvenile system for attempted murder, they could get detention in a youth facility, counseling, and probation. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The body was found inside of a Planet Fitness in Indianapolis. It was at the Planet Fitness on Hardigan Street near US 31 and County Line Road, where police say they found the body of Derek Sink in a tanning bed. Both IMPD and Planet Fitness said they're trying to figure out how this happened. Sink was 39 years old and found Monday morning. A transformer issues why thousands of people were without power this morning.
We're trying to move power into different circuits so that we can isolate, just a small section of the lines that are down so we can fix the problem quickly.
You might have been one of the 10,000 people who didn't have power at one point, says AES Director of Communications Mallory Duncan. A dispatcher in Hancock County is being praised for helping deliver a baby over the phone. Kurt Darling reports.
Nathan and Kelsey Weiss's son, Zeke, decided to make a speedy entrance into the world back in October. Too fast to get to the hospital.
I started to see him crown, and that's when I dialed 911.
Nathan talking to Wish TV. Alyssa Eichholtz is the dispatcher who answered and began coaching Nathan through the delivery process while EMTs were on their way to their home.
I see his head.
I need you to repeat. Stay on the line. I'll tell you exactly what to do next. Is that him crying?
Zeke was born without any complications, and a few weeks later, the Weisses thanked Eichholtz in person. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:04.
It's starting to be fall in Indiana, the perfect time to tackle home projects you've been putting off before winter arrives. With Moss Roofing by your side, you don't have to do it alone. They're ready to assist with your roofing and siding needs, ensuring your home is safe and ready for the holidays. Let Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com, give your home a serious glow up with premium James Hardy siding, tough enough to face Indiana's wild weather and stylish enough to turn heads on your block. And the best part, their free inspections come with a 3D design preview so you could see your home's stunning makeover before the work begins. Contact Moss Roofing for a job done right every single time at Moss Roofing, MOSS, mossroofing.com, or call 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 317-747-3665. That's 747-3665. Or online at Moss, MOSS, mossroofing.com. And don't forget, tell them Tony Katz sent you.
With traffic on the 5s at 3:05. Good afternoon, Map Air.
What's happening, Harrison? Looking at the west side, 465, both the directions looking pretty good through the construction around Sam Jones Expressway, Washington Street area. Several entrance ramps to 465 closed on the west side as well. All of this construction should be done early Monday morning. Traffic sponsored by Staples Stores, your local Staples Stores. Hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
For tonight, partly cloudy, low temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Wednesday starts off dry, but showers and a few rumbles of thunder are likely later on in the day. High temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level on the go and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it!
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer sitting right over there live out at the World Food Championships at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. The finals happening today. The World Food Championships, the first of its kind happening here in Indianapolis. We are joined by the CEO, Mike Eaton. How are you, Mike? Thank you for coming.
Great. We're doing well. Thanks for having us.
I mean, this is the first time the WFC has been in the city. Tell us a little bit about what WFC is, and then just maybe your experience in Indy the past few days.
So World Food Championships is the largest cooking competition in the world. We have 1,200 chefs in from all over the world competing in one of 12 different categories. The categories are, this is not Top Chef. This is food that people cook at home every day, but at a world-class level. So it's burgers, it's dessert, soup, sandwich, seafood, on and on and on. This is our 12th year. The competition has been in effect in our first year in Indy. And we were so excited to move here because of the connection that we have to agriculture, because of what we're eating and cooking and et cetera here, but also just how well this city does sporting events. And we consider ourselves food sport.
It's competitive. There was almost a fight at the soup table earlier. We were walking up here.
That's not
and
a joke.
No, seriously. Like, there were words, there were F words, Mike, I think I heard at some point. Almost some swings. It got pretty heated at the soup table.
My suspicion is that was probably a husband and wife cooking team, if I was betting. Because one of the things about our competition that I've marveled over is the fact that it really isn't a cutthroat, kill your competitors. You're really competing against yourself because it's really scored on points. And so it's a very helpful and inclusive type organization. If somebody drops something, their neighbor will normally pick up and help them and not like kick their bowl over like you would normally see on a football field.
By the way, it can't be lost on you, Mike, that you're the CEO of the World Food Championships and your last name is Eaton.
The irony is not lost on me. I know.
I mean, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect.
I was meant for this job.
Is this your baby? I mean, did you come up with this?
I did not. We got involved about a year and a half ago. This was founded by a guy named Mike McLeod. Yes, another Mike. We're all Mikes here at World Food Championships. And it was founded by him. He's out of the KCBS barbecue world in Tennessee. And so he came up with this idea, obviously 12, 13 years ago. I got involved in this. I was part of the crew that put American Idol together. And my investor group, which was led by Endeavor and IMG, who own World Wrestling and UFC, we bought a controlling interest in this about a year and a half ago because when I was first introduced to it, I immediately saw it and I was like, oh, wow, this is American Idol for food. And so that's what we're doing with this. And so we are in development with a network television show next year.
Awesome.
And, hoping we're going to shoot this thing in Indy and live from Indy, the World Food Championships. And so we have a lot of big plans with a number of different businesses and looking to, grow deep roots here in Indianapolis in the state of Indiana.
So we know why you came to Indy, the reputation for hosting big events.
Yeah.
We've had the Super Bowl, the Final Four, and the regulars. How has been your experience in Indy so far?
So I grew up in Cincinnati, so I know the area. We love this city. It's navigatable. Is that the right word?
That's a word. That's a word.
Yeah, I think that's a word. All right, good. But it's also a welcoming city, and it's a sneaky culinary city.
Yes.
People aren't. rolling off the tongue as Indianapolis is one of those, the culinary leaders in the country. But now that we've been here and we've met with a lot of the chefs and the restaurant groups, et cetera, there's an unbelievable amount of amazing food here. And I think that our presence here might actually help grow the awareness of how amazing the food is in Indianapolis and the state of Indiana.
All right, so what do we have to do to make sure you guys come back on the regular here, right?
You guys did a great job this year of making us feel unbelievably welcome. Always next year we're hoping for bigger and better crowds. This was our first year, so when we were kind of announcing our presence and we were advertising the program, it was very much, we had to introduce the program, educate, and then transact with the tickets. And so now that we've got a year under our belt, next year, and hopefully this throughout the year, we can have qualifiers. We're going to be around a lot.
I heard the opening night crowds were really good.
Yeah, the first
this
two
weekend looked amazing.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday the crowds were very big, and we unfortunately, got stuck in between Taylor Swift and I think there was an election this week last week or something like
that. That's what we were doing
that.
last Tuesday.
And then the Colts had a game this weekend. The marathon was here. There was a lot going on, and so we were actually pleasantly surprised how we were able to break through all that and get the crowds that we actually were. And so we're hoping for next year we can really put some lighter fluid on that and make this even bigger.
So what's happening right now?
So right now, today is 6 of our category finals. And so each category, when people come in, there's 20 teams in each category. Saturday and Sunday, those categories competed, and they were whittled down to the final 7 contestants. These are the final 7 contestants, all going after the category win. So tonight we're announcing all 20 or all 12 category winners who will then go to the final table, which is a separate event that we host in Bentonville, Arkansas. This year we're hosting it in Bentonville, Arkansas. Hopefully this will be here in Indianapolis next year. These guys will then go to Bentonville and compete for the grand prize of $150,000. So it's a big, exciting night, and tonight's our big award show. And we've got Micah Beckwith is helping us with the award show. You're Lieutenant Governor-elect, and then Elaine Beadle, who is the head of the IDDC, who's also going to be on stage with us. So we're super
where all
excited
have you been?
for that.
Can you name any specific restaurants you've been to here in the city the past couple of days?
It's really funny.
You're surrounded by great chefs. I don't know if you need to go anywhere outside of the.
Well,
there's a McDonald's on Holt Road, actually.
Just because we're horribly boring and stereotypical, we're holding our staff kind of wrap party down at St. Elmo's, of course.
Sure.
But
nothing wrong with
interestingly enough, I've been here for 5 or 6 nights. 5 of the nights I've eaten down here at Root and Bone.
Yes,
which is
I've
really
heard of
good.
it.
We've gone there every night because it's super chill and we're all wound up after the day, etc. But it's been great. And so we went down to the garage one night and ate down there. But certainly we'll be coming in for the meetings. We've been kind of ushered around to some of the great restaurants in town. And there's a lot of them.
And lastly, before we let you go here, again, we're speaking with Mike Eaton, the CEO of the World Food Championships. This is a very selfish question on my behalf. Will you be bringing food to us throughout the course of this program? Because I'm fat and I like to eat.
So I am going to give you the answer that I'm supposed to give you. We're not supposed to hand out the competition food because of health regulations.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean we can't go get it ourselves.
Yeah.
I get it, because when you look at me, you think of health. I get it.
If food were to end up in front of you, unbeknownst to me, I won't ask any questions.
Good answer.
Let's put it that way.
Good answer.
Well, man, this is really cool, and we hope you guys had a great time, and we hope you come back. And if you need anything, if you need us to call the governor-elect,
yes, please do that.
Pressure Micah a little bit. We are more than comfortable with doing that.
Yeah, and call Governor-elect Braun, and the more people are aware of us and help us with our long-term deal, the better.
Are you streaming this now anywhere? Can people watch this?
Yeah,
right
so
now?
It's on YouTube and our YouTube channel.
Okay.
It's World Food Championships.
Okay.
So we're live streaming it, but we're kind of we're pulling back the reins a little bit this year on the live stream just because our network television deal for next year, because it's going to change, and there's, with rights issues and all that type of stuff with networks. Yeah, you can watch it and watch the finale and the award show on our YouTube channel. The final award show starts at 6 p.m. And so we do have announcers, and it's a static camera and all that, so it's not crazy. But next year, hopefully, you'll be watching on one of the big 4 networks.
Mike, awesome stuff, man.
Yeah, that's great.
Enjoy Indianapolis. Thank you for
so
bringing
much
this
for having me. Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, let's check in with Matt Baer, who's standing by in the WIBC Traffic Center.
All right, Hammer, north side, stall on the exit ramp from westbound 465 to Keystone Avenue. The ramp is open. It is partially blocked. And we're slowing just a little bit coming into downtown on inbound 65. Stop and go 21st to West Street. Eastbound 79th around west. Traffic sponsored by BJ's Wholesale Club. BJ's Wholesale Club is now open in Carmel. At BJ's, members get up to 25% off grocery store prices every day. Visit bjs.com/Carmel or the brand new club located at Rangeline Crossing to join today. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Oh, man, we're having a good time here today. This is awesome. 48 right now at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Don't go anywhere when we come back. I'm not sure if anybody saw this transpire on the Wheel of Fortune, but one of the great answers of all time.
Oh, no.
One of the great answers of all time. And we'll have great moments in Wheel of Fortune history. That is coming up next.
Everyone knows that soaking in Epsom salts can make you feel better. Now imagine soaking in Epsom salts in a Royal Spa hot tub.
Ah, Royal Spa. Are you having a hard time making it through a day of work without foot pain or discomfort with things that used to be simple like walking the dog? You may be thinking there's no way that something as simple as the Good Feet store can help you, like Bill.
My feet would just ache, my back would hurt, my ankles, everything just hurt. And I'd seen the commercial several times before I finally said, I'm going to do this. And I'll be darned if it didn't work. I feel a million times better than I ever did.
Another satisfied customer of the Good Feet store is Wendy.
Since wearing my arch supports from the Good Feet store, my back pain is gone and my feet don't hurt as much. And as I look into the future without pain, I see myself being even more adventurous, joyful, and full of possibility.
Come to the Good Feet store today for your free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood just off the 65. Or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Good Feet arch supports are HSA and FSA eligible. Discover your options at the Good Feet store.
Your business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet and Security Edge plus Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Unlimited Mobile. And ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 11/17/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup. Eco bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance, but Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
An official message from Medicare.
Couple more minutes, and we'll start this month's book club.
You know, I usually love a plot twist, but this year, I'm comparing my options during Medicare open enrollment.
You can't assume your current health or drug plan is the best one for you.
And you gotta make sure your drugs are covered. That's important.
So is saving money.
Review all your options at Medicare.gov. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Bill Klontz Heating and Cooling. Bill has decided to take a step back and leave things to Danny and Chris, which is a good thing for customers.
When a guy runs a business for 35 years and retires, he picks the best people to do the job. And in my opinion, these guys will take care of my customers and my employees and do everything exactly like I would, and that's why I chose them.
It's the same contact info and email, BillKlontz.com, C-L-O-N-T-Z. Bill Klontz Heating and Cooling is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. At Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale, get a king for the price of a queen and a free adjustable base with select Sealy beds, all with a low price guarantee. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard air dealer in Indianapolis.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, we're live out on the road. World Food Championships out at the State Fairgrounds. Been going on all weekend. The finals are tonight. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer right over there with a very special guest sitting down with us.
One of the best accounts you will follow on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, is not Kenny Rogers. The man behind it, longtime writer for some of your favorite TV shows, is Jeff Boggs. Boggs, how are you?
Guys, it is so exciting to be here. The World Food Championships, I have to tell you, I think we're all champions today.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Didn't you say you guys saw somebody getting into it in the soup competition?
There are people who are,
wow.
Oh my, they just brought out this whole spread of food. My goodness. Yeah, people are taking this really seriously, which I respect.
Today's the finals.
Yeah, somebody's going to walk away a winner today, but this food looks like we're going to have a big calorie intake day, so it's exciting.
I'm on board with that. Now, in all of your years of writing for television programs, did you ever write a game show?
I have. I've written a few game shows. It's really interesting writing game show questions because that's a talent. That's there was a problem on, I believe, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire about 10 years ago where they had a question talking about which is the largest of the Great Lakes. That was the question. And so it's a famous problem because there are two answers. One of it is by depth, one of it is by area.
Sure.
And so there was not an exact answer. And so the gentleman who said Lake Superior, they deemed him wrong. But it turns out he could have been right. So it was a huge issue. So the way that people now, and it's a high-paying job, people who write those questions, it's a very high-paying job. And so what they do now is there is this level of S&P, standards and practices, that every question has to go through. And that's how it makes it onto the air. So I have before. I usually write dumb questions like things like name one member of the group One Direction, which I think is a.
I don't think I could do, to be honest with you.
Or what is
one
the?
Of them's dead.
Oh yeah,
I think.
Oh, boy, yeah.
I just had to bring it all down, didn't I?
Jesus, Nigel.
Wow. Anyway, welcome to the World
down.
Food Championships.
Stop by and have fun with us. The reason we bring up the whole game show discussion here is this poor bastard's answer on Wheel of Fortune is so good. Like, he would fit in perfectly here at the World Food Championships, okay? So I want you to listen closely to what he thought the puzzle was and then what the real answer was. Allison?
I'd like to buy a U. Well, you're going to get 3 U's. I'd like to solve the puzzle. Okay, well, let's hear it. Treat yourself a round of sausage. Oh. I'm sorry, that's not it. Over to Katina.
I'd like to solve.
Okay.
Give yourself a round of applause.
Yeah, that's it.
What was treat yourself
a round of sausage.
Which we have to now use that.
Oh,
you know,
hey,
you have
treat yourself. Don't get around
the Hoosiers are 10-0, Jeff. Treat yourself to a round of sausage.
Do you remember the Wheel of Fortune one where the answer was Pittsburgh Steelers? And the gentleman, this was for all the marbles at the end, and he said the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was wrong. And Sajak felt horrible about it.
Oh, they do that to you. Which brings us to great moments in Wheel of Fortune history. Keep in mind, the answer they're looking for here is a living thing.
It's a living thing. Larry and Melinda.
Popsicle bike.
Linda?
Honeysuckle bush.
Yeah, that's it.
How frightening would a popsicle bike be if it were a living thing? Like it's coming at you in your driveway, a popsicle bike.
Popsicle bike.
Great moments in Wheel of Fortune history. There was a contestant that let their dirty mind take over the responsible part. Allison?
I'd like to solve.
Okay.
Bridal and gold shower.
Sorry. Janet, your turn.
I'd like to solve.
Okay.
Bridal and cold shower.
Yeah, that's
Pat Sajak just has that look on his face. But this may be my favorite answer. This was the answer of the year, the final year Pat Sajak was the host here. Allison, please.
Tavares. Right in the butt? No. Blake.
This is the best.
Yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah. That's a better answer.
Right in the butt.
It's such a good window into like America's soul. Like you just hear people saying what they, their knee-jerk reaction, and I think it's wonderful.
You can write the questions, Boggs, but you can't write right in the butt.
Right
you
in
know
the
what I
butt.
mean? You can't write that stuff.
Popsicle bike. That's so good. So good.
Is Allison back in the studio by herself right now? Is she alone?
Yeah.
She is.
Is there a camera making sure she's not like stealing office supplies? Or
I hope she is, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good.
There's nothing up there we're stealing.
Right.
Anyway,
I've always
you've
thought,
been in there.
I think it's cute. You think people are at work.
That's true. That's true. I always thought it would be an interesting game show, and maybe just a portion of a game show. But for Pat Sajak, is Pat Sajak wearing a sweater right now? And you just have to, guess, and you cut to the live screen, because it feels like he's a kind of guy who right now is probably enjoying a brandy with a cardigan on or something by a fire.
V-neck, maybe.
Right.
Possibly.
Right. He's one of my, if you've seen him on Twitter, he's incredible. Like, he's a conservative. He's very funny, and he totally understands that he had the best job in the world. So that really made him cool in my book.
Think he ever did it with Vanna?
Oh,
Come on.
And also, Vanna White got hotter as it went on.
She got older, yeah.
She really pulled it off. Because you remember, what was it, the late 80s, where she had that TV movie that was terrible.
The Goddess of Love.
Yes, and she couldn't act.
How in the world do you know the name of Vanna White's 80s movie?
That's impressive.
That was the era where NBC and all these networks were pumping out like these ridiculous movies. There was Return to Gilligan's Island, Return of the A-Team, and then they found their local stars and made these crappy movies with them.
Right, and then you remember around that same time was the Kiss movie.
Yes.
Remember the Kiss TV movie?
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. Like, everyone was so excited to watch it. But Vanna, when she did the acting, she was horrible, and she admits she was terrible. But my goodness, through the years, she just really blossomed into an even more beautiful woman.
Jeff Boggs with us. We are live at the World Food Championships here at the fairgrounds. Having a good time. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
You need better water, really. Why don't you call C&J Water today for a free water analysis and see why you need better water? When you do, you'll get a 10% discount on all C&J Water products to improve your water quality today. For better skin and hair, you don't need a different shampoo, detergent, or lotion. You need better water. Now's a great time to upgrade. Call C&J Water for great systems and great people too. 317-733-SOFT. That's 317-733-SOFT.
Attention, Indiana homeowners. Are you tired of avoiding your wet basement? Hi, I'm Mike Smith with Swain Co. Crawl Space and Basement Repair, your real, local, Indiana family-owned experts. Imagine all the possibilities of a guaranteed dry basement. a cozy new family room, a home gym, or even a new office. And with no interest, no payment financing, you don't have to break the bank to do it. Make the most of your basement today. Call Swanco 317-407-1868 or swancollc.com.
Earn, save, grow. It's time your money works harder and goes further with a Stockyards Bank and Trust CD. For a limited time, earn 5.15 annual percentage yield with our 5-month CD special. Proudly serving our communities since 1904. Visit any of our 5 Indianapolis area locations or syb.com/IndyCD today and experience the Stockyards Bank difference. 10,000 minimum balance required. Limited time offer. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
A true partner in your health dedicates time to understanding your needs. At CenterWell Senior Primary Care, doctors make one-on-one time with you a priority so you can get all your questions answered and feel more confident in your health care. See how it feels to have a team of senior care experts working together to help you feel your best. CenterWell, it's about time. Schedule a tour today at meetcenterwell.com. That's meetcenterwell.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Found in a tanning bed. 48 degrees, cloudy in downtown Indianapolis. Your radar's clear of any rain, low of about 39 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 3:31. A body was found inside of a Planet Fitness in Indianapolis. John Havrick reports.
It was at the Planet Fitness on Hardigan Street near US 31 and County Line Road, where police say they found the body of Derek Sink in a tanning bed Monday morning. Both IMPD and Planet Fitness say they're trying to figure out how this happened. Sink was 39 years old. John Havrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
13-year-old boy is still in the hospital after he was shot in Greenwood Sunday by another teenager.
The young person has been taken into custody and has been preliminarily charged with attempted murder. We don't know if that's the way it's going to play out in the long run, but we do that to make sure that the legal process proceeds correctly.
Johnson County Prosecutor Lance Hamner says this is the second time his office has had a case involving a teenager using a gun. President Biden met with Israeli President Isaac Herzog at the White House today.
Well, Mr. President, welcome back to the Oval Office in the White House. You've been a friend for a long time, a personal friend, and you know my commitment to Israel is ironclad.
The two met for about an hour to talk about the conflicts in Gaza and Lebanon. Herzog said the meeting was very productive. UAW workers at the GM plant in Fort Wayne have backed off their threats of a strike after reaching an agreement Monday. UAW President Rich Letourneau said their problem was senior staff having to cover shifts of temporary workers once they were gone.
The company just needs to abide by the agreement we both agreed to, have some accountability for their actions, and have some integrity when it comes to collective bargaining. I mean, when we sign a contract, they sign a contract, we expect them to live up to it, just like they expect us to live up to it.
The union was given approval to go on strike last month, but both sides weren't able to reach an agreement without it coming to that. As many as 10,000 of you didn't have power this morning.
In the Lawrence area, we had some crews working, and there was a transformer issue, and so some primary lines are down right now. Luckily, we did have that work going on in the area already, so those crews were able to respond very quickly.
Mallory Duncan with AES talking about the transformer issue this morning that caused that power outage. Everything's under control now. You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 3:33.
Lynn just hates painting in the fall, so she called Rhino Shield.
It is a single-wide manufactured home. We moved from our home, which we had the Rhino Shield on. Rhino Shield was what we were going to do. That was no question. We knew we were going to do it.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating. It's not paint, it's better.
The Rhino Shield representative came, and we discussed what we wanted done. And this time, we had the roof done as well.
Formulated for our specific climate here in Indy and comes with a 25-year transferable warranty.
We truly believe in this product.
Now get the guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price. Plus, there's more great news. Rhino Shield is partnered with Green Sky Financing to offer no payments until 2026 for qualified buyers. Here's Rhino Shield Shane Smith.
Call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint. Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
With traffic at 334, how are the roads, Matt Bear?
Pretty good, Harrison. We do have a stall on the north side. It's on the exit to Keystone Avenue from westbound 465. Stalled vehicle ramp is open. It is partially blocked. Eastbound at 465, stop and go Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Inbound 65 slows from MLK to Meridian Penn. That is a 6-minute delay right now. Eastbound 70 tight from Harding Street to Meridian, Illinois. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better. Coming to any of our locations and make the salesperson prove the superiority of the Royal Spa product. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
For tonight, partly cloudy, low temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Wednesday starts off dry, but showers and a few rumbles of thunder are likely later on in the day. High temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show. We are live at the World Food Championships here at the State Fairgrounds. This is an incredibly cool event. I hope they come back every year.
Well, we talked to the CEO. He said he loves the town. He's from Cincinnati, the CEO of World Food Championships, Mike Eaton, and that's where he's from. And he's had nothing but great things to say about Indy. And its proximity, it's easy to get to, and the fact that Indy has put on Super Bowls and Taylor Swift for 3 nights in a row, all-star games, all that stuff.
Right. We are an event town, that's for sure. Jeff Boggs with us.
My man.
Not Kenny Rogers on social media. We were talking before you came and joined us today about how the election could change late-night television. You have been a writer for late-night television before, so walk me through your thought process here. What are you thinking?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, I don't know if you saw today, but MSNBC supposedly is going to be for sale soon. The ratings for MSNBC since the election, just in the last week, have dropped. Further.
Tanked.
Yeah, they went.
CNN. Yeah,
they went down faster than Eric Swalwell's pants at a Chinese spy convention.
There it is.
Hey-o.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you. World Food Championships. Here's what's going to be interesting. So from the time they started all the crap with Trump and the lawsuits, cable news, late night TV got a bump because everyone's checking, seeing, okay, what's going on? You know, you want to hear the latest.
Yeah.
So I think that bump, now that the election is over, is about to even out. You know, it's like a stock market correction. And so you're going to see people like Kimmel, you're going to see Colbert, these ninnies who cried, who are so angry.
Oh, hold that, because I've got some audio for you here. For those who might not, have heard it or think that maybe you're just overblowing things here. This was Jimmy Kimmel the night after the election.
Let's be honest, it was a terrible night last night. It was a terrible night for women, for children, for the hundreds of thousands of hardworking immigrants who make this country go, for healthcare, for our climate, for science, for journalism, for justice, for free speech. It was a terrible night for poor people, for the middle class, for seniors who rely on Social Security, for our allies in Ukraine, for NATO.
Okay, that's enough. That's the guy that used to host a Man Show, right?
Goodness, it's so.
He's crying for Ukraine, Jeff.
It's hurt. I mean, Jimmy used to be like the guy. He used to be kind of the guy's guy, comedian. He and Adam. And to hear that, and I almost believe that he believes it. I still don't think he does, but I almost believe he's been talked into believing it. And man, it's just, people are going to tune out because since 2016, or let's say the last 8 years, if you look at the late night ratings, they've gone down by roughly 50%, which is
wow.
Yeah, which is, and 60% advertising revenue has dropped, which is even bigger. But at this point, you're going to have those diehard liberals who are tuning in to watch Jimmy cry and watch Colbert, who I almost can't stand more at this point, to watch them rage, their anger, and thinking that they're on the right side of history.
Right.
And now you have
everybody else is wrong but them.
Right. And now you were clearly shown. It's like that meme, Hans, are we the bad guys now? You're on the wrong side of history. And I think this is when people just stop tuning in. So now you're stuck with a problem. You're paying these guys $20 million a year. And your return on investment is so low at this point that they either have to take the pay cuts, which tough to do, or they're just going to reimagine late night TV.
And the business model has proven that it's not strong because Gutfeld comes in out of left field with a late night show on cable news, but it's a conservative slant, and he depantses these people.
Right, and so here's how they'll explain it. They'll say it's cross-promotional. That's the term that everyone uses in TV now. It's cross-promotional. We don't care about the ratings. American Idol is the best example of that. American Idol used to get 28 rating, which was massive. Whoa. Now it gets a 3. And they say it's okay, it's cross-promotional because it's ABC and they're promoting our Disney resorts. At some point, you have to say that's kind of BS.
That's a great way to spin it.
Right. Yeah. And so Kimmel, it's okay because he promotes the NBA. Well, my question is, when everyone has stopped watching the NBA and everyone has stopped watching Kimmel, how are you making a dime off this?
I just don't understand. I don't think Democrats in TV have learned their lesson after the reaction that we saw the night after the election with Jimmy Kimmel crying and especially some of these hosts like Joy Reid scolding her own audience, scolding her own race, scolding her own gender. You didn't do enough. It's your fault.
Joe Scarborough said that Hispanics were racist.
That's where we're at. Donald Trump's been called a racist for 8 years, and it's so fitting that black men and Hispanic men are the ones that came to his rescue.
Right. And look at who some of his appointees have been so far. There's a woman. There's a guy of Latino heritage. I mean, that's a pretty bold move for a guy that's Hitler.
Yeah, if he's a Nazi, he's doing a horrible job so far. So
well, look at some of those appointments. I mean, you had who said he didn't surround himself with strong, smart women? I believe it was Mark Cuban. What was the first thing Trump did? Appoint a chief of staff
Susan
who
Wiles.
happens to be a female.
Yeah, and we're going to, listen, down the road here, we're going to disagree on some of the appointments. We just are. Everyone, people are already disagreeing on Marco Rubio and, Noam today with the Homeland Security. That dude took a bullet to the ear, got up, told everyone to fight. And so I'm just going to go with him for a while. I'm going to let him surround himself.
Yeah.
He publicly said, I screwed up last time with some of my appointments. So I say give him a shot. It's not going to be 100% what we want, but let him build his team and 4 years of just tearing it down. I love it.
Now, we could talk about the appointees from Donald Trump. We can talk about the transition team. But I think my favorite thing right now is that so the Bidens, Joe and the good doctor, Dr. Jill, they invited the Trumps to the White House to work on some transition stuff, right? And Melania was like, nah. She gave like a big middle finger to Dr. Jill.
It would have sounded like, no,
thank you.
When we talk about the biggest losers in the last week, if you really think about it, Jill Biden, think about her 5-month arc. 5 months ago, she's getting ready. She was on the cover of Vogue. She's getting ready for 4 more years in the White House as the First Lady.
She made them write her own fight song for when she enters the room.
Right. Now, she is faced with, think about her future. January 20th, she goes back to Delaware. She wakes up every morning next to an old man who has soiled himself. And
she's going to be his caretaker.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be almost fitting if she left? If she's just like, you know what?
She runs off with Pete Davidson.
Right. That would be great. That would be great. It wouldn't last long, but I could see it.
I still remember when Whoopi Goldberg on The View wanted her to be the Surgeon General.
Oh, jeez. What about when she made out with Doug Emhoff at the State of the Union address?
That was awkward.
Now, to be fair, that's what Doug does.
That is what Doug does.
Like, you can't be mad at a dog for crapping outside because that's what a dog does. You can't be mad at Doug Emhoff for making the moves on a chick.
Right. And then how long do he and Kamala stay together? I still don't know how to say it.
Well, you know, I thought their relationship was odd when they were kissing each other with their masks on a couple of years ago.
Right. That's kind of like the only more awkward relationship is Tim Walz and his absolutely terrifying wife.
You talk about weird.
Did you see her speech a couple days ago? You get to see now that's just who she is. And so Tim Walz is, congrats, Minnesota. You got him back.
Right. Every Karen that wants to speak to a manager, she's the manager.
She is.
Like, that's who it is.
She's Reese Witherspoon from Election after she lost. Like, that's who she is.
Stick around for one more break?
Yes, definitely.
Jeff Boggs with us. We are live at the State Fairgrounds for the World Food Championships. It's Judgment Day. We're picking winners here. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Holidays will be here before we know it. Maybe you've already started shopping for someone on your list. AAA Hoosier Motor Club inviting you to join them, help make sure some local kids in need get gifts through the Toys for Tots program. AAA giving you the chance to send a holiday message of hope to Central Indy's less fortunate kids.
And as a thank you for donating to Toys for Tots, current AAA members will receive 25% off any merchandise in the travel store or adding someone to your AAA membership featuring their fabulous 24/7, 365 days a year roadside assistance for just $25. And non-members who donate will have the opportunity for early access to a special holiday offer, a classic AAA membership for just $50. Help local children in need this holiday season and secure your peace of mind with a AAA membership. Donate to Toys for Tots at AAA. Visit AAA.com or find the AAA store near you.
Nobody cares for you like family. Family Heating and Air.
Maintenance is going to drastically increase the efficiency and performance of your system. It's also going to significantly improve the longevity of it. People think that they are saving money by skipping their maintenance, and in reality, they're just shaving years off the life and increasing the consumption of that unit, spending a lot more in the long term.
Get your tune-up today at Family Heating and Air, your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Get ready. The brand new Fishers Event Center is opening the doors on November 22nd, and you won't want to miss it. From electrifying concerts to pulse-pounding sports events, dazzling theatrical performances to unforgettable family fun days, Fishers Event Center is the ultra-modern entertainment arena that offers something special for everyone. Unforgettable experiences begin November 22nd. For a complete list of upcoming events, tickets, and more details, go to FishersEventCenter.com.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for Indianapolis, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-0395. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-0395. 800-285-0395. 800-285-0395.
Friendly reminder to change your filter. Head on over to our website at familyhvac.net for some of the best pricing on filters around.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better. Come into any of our locations and make the salesperson prove the superiority of the Royal Spa product.
Royal Spa.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra is making its way back to Gamebridge Fieldhouse on December 19th with an all-new show, The Lost Christmas Eve Tour. For tickets and more information, head to WIBC.com.
All right, Matt Bear has a look at the roads.
West Side, southbound 465, stop and go Washington Street to Sam Jones because of construction. Inbound 65, stop and go MLK to Meridian Penn. That is a delay of 6 minutes. Eastbound 70, stop and go traffic Belmont to Meridian, Illinois. Westbound 70 from downtown slows West Street out to Tibbs Avenue. And then on the north side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic before and after Keystone Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better hot tubs. 24-hour water filtration, purification, and aeration means better water quality. Natural minerals and Epsom salts means better relaxation. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Coming up in just a few minutes, scheduled to be joined by a restaurant owner, TV star from Bar Rescue,
Celebrity
Brian Duffy.
chef. Yeah.
Celebrity chef Brian Duffy scheduled to join us here. 48 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Hello.
We are at the World Food Championships, kind of the grand finale here, the crescendo of all of the competitions starting today. And Jeff Boggs joining us here. All right, compare and contrast here. Like, let's go back to your SAT days, like when you're taking tests. IU football, Indianapolis Colts football. Compare, contrast.
All right, I have to preface this. Of course, guys, we all know by now, 10 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, whenever I started appearing on the show, I made a guarantee the Indiana Hoosiers would finish the season undefeated and win the national championship.
You did.
That's canon at this point. We know that. Here's the problem. I don't think, as a Colts fan since 1985, okay, I had a Webster Slaughter shirt. That's how far I go back.
Wow.
So
Impressive.
This is as disappointed as I've been in this team because I thought Shane Steichen was the solution. I was 100% behind Anthony Richardson. Now I feel like we are so lost, and I'm so angry about what we've done in the last 2 games. It's not the whole season. It's the last 2 games. They rolled the dice. We thought Flacco could win maybe 2 of the next 4. He's not. Now the problem comes in. Are you going to have humility and say, we made the wrong decision. Let's go to Anthony. Let him finish out the year. Let us see what we have.
If Anthony Richardson has lost the locker room by tapping out and quitting, though, is that a problem? Because it feels like this is more of a discipline thing for Anthony Richardson.
Feels like it.
Than it is performance-based.
Okay, but here's my problem with that, and I understand that. I can understand if Anthony needs to do some growing up. You know, he's 22. The problem is, are there players in that locker room who are of championship pedigree, of championship caliber, that can have that attitude? You know, if we're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs right now, then I understand it because these guys won rings. We haven't done anything. And so until we know whether or not Anthony is the guy, I just can't understand sitting him.
And with as bad as Joe Flacco has been, you're right. Sometimes you just have to go back and say, look, we screwed up. You know, let's get the young kid back out there. What do we have to lose? Because the worst case scenario as a Colts fan, and I think we're all Colts fans here, is they ride Flacco out. They win 8, maybe 7 games, I don't know, finish out of the playoffs, but also out of a top 15 draft pick, and you still don't know if Anthony Richardson's any good or not.
Right. What if they say this? How about give the ball to Anthony Richardson, tell everybody, make the playoffs or you're fired? And just kind of see what happens. Now, on the flip side of that, the Hoosiers right now. This is as exciting as it possibly can get for an Indiana football fan. I'm very interested to see what the spread's going to be, what the line's going to be against Ohio State.
9.5.
Oh.
But we have to wait till the weekend game's over. You don't know injuries, possibilities.
Opening line, I should say, was 9.5.
Opening line 9.5, and it's the big noon game on CBS. So
game day is probably going to be there, I'm assuming.
All right, Hammer, if you are betting money on that game right now, 9.5, you taking the points?
I'm taking Ohio State. Minus 9.5, Jeff.
See, I think that's. I think people are still waiting.
Look at Hammer, how he kind of just had to sorrowfully say that to you with the sad look on his eye because he knows how big of a Hoosier fan you are.
I'm going to hold off till next week. I want to see how Ohio State does this weekend, but 9.5 is a huge number.
It is. It feels like a 30-20 type of game, right? Like, I think IU's competitive. They're not going to embarrass themselves because they're physical. They're pretty strong. But Ohio State's played these types of games so often. It's at home. It's in Columbus. I feel like that's a 10-point game.
Well, and here's what you got for Hoosiers, okay? We're looking at the 12-team playoff. And the fact that we're undefeated means should we, God forbid, lose that game, maybe it's a bad call, maybe something goes wrong, we're still in the playoffs. There's no way they can drop Indiana with one loss out of the top 12 right now. I don't think.
All right, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but thinking about what's happened in the past, one loss Penn State, one loss Indiana. Let's say it comes down to those two because Oregon's going to be in, Ohio State's going to be in. Maybe they both get in. I don't know. But if it's one or the other, who do you think the College Football Playoff Committee is going to take? This fan base that travels incredibly well, or the new Indiana Hoosier fan base?
Listen, I agree if it was a 4-team playoff, but we're talking about a 12-team playoff.
I got you.
Miami losing last week was massive for the Hoosiers.
It was. Jeff Boggs with us. Big Nigel here. I'm Jason Hammer. World Food Championships. We like food. We like beer. There's a lot of it here. We're coming right back.
Well, I'm telling you what, Barkeep Vodka. If you have not tried Barkeep Vodka yet, you have no idea what you're missing. These guys are local, and they're using this new compression filtering process that kind of reduces the bite and the burn and the aftertaste. Smoothest vodka I've ever tasted, and a much better value than almost all the other top-shelf vodkas.
Switch to Barkeep because it's made in Indy and distilled with corn from Indiana farmers. These guys are all about local, and they truly have made a better product. We've had it. It's awesome. Pick up a bottle at Indiana grocery stores, liquor stores, or visit barkeepvodka.com for a list of locations.
Hey guys, it's Rob from my friends at Universal Windows Direct. And you know, we're headed into winter, and you don't want to be stuck with old, drafty windows making your heating system work overtime. Universal Windows Direct is here to keep you warm and save you money on those energy bills. And right now, what a great deal going on with Universal Windows Direct. For every 2 windows you buy, you're going to get the next 2 free. There's no limit. Oh, and on top of that, Universal Windows Direct is offering 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years, interest-free. Now, some restrictions do apply, so to get all the information, call today at 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Oh, yeah, and Universal Windows Direct backs their windows with a true lifetime warranty. That means your windows are covered for as long as you own your home. And if you ever decide to sell, the warranty transfers to the next homeowner for 20 years. Universal Windows Direct, 317-659-7574. Tell them Rob sent you.
Discover cancer care that empowers you at Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center. Our multidisciplinary care team will guide you every step along the way.
It was very overwhelming at first, but I found this whole community of people who are understanding and just very supportive. So I have a lot of thankfulness and gratefulness for who I am through this and after this.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/cancer.
The holidays are a magical time to get engaged. At Shane Company, we're here to help you create your dream engagement ring in just 3 easy steps. Choose a setting that speaks to your style. Compare diamonds and colorful gemstones in all shapes and sizes. Then personalize it with a decorative crown and special engraving. Or choose a perfectly preset ring that's ready to go. At Shane Company, you'll find everyday competitive prices, a no-pressure environment, and an unmatched free lifetime warranty. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Guys, we're notorious for putting things off. But when it comes to plumbing problems, you don't have to live that way. If you're tired of taking showers with low water pressure or not enough hot water, you've got to stop putting it off and call Lance and the local team at LD Smith Plumbing and ask about water heater specials. These are the guys I trust in my house and in my friends' houses and my relatives' houses, and they're the licensed plumbers you want in your house too. LDSmithPlumbing.com. That's LDSmithPlumbing.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy two. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Your local news coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. Here's Fox News in progress.
Is also beefing up his domestic national security. 2 sources tell us South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem will head up the Department of Homeland Security. Now, still looking for a defense secretary. That's a big one. We, of course, know that Tom Cotton has pulled himself out of that race. And Attorney General, Treasury Secretary as well, although John Paulson, big-time hedge fund manager, big billionaire, has also removed himself from that race as well.
Fox's Aisha Hasni in West Palm Beach. Tomorrow, the president-elect has an Oval Office meeting with President Biden, who's sending a message to the American people.
He wants to show the American people that the system works, right? To trust on the institution, to trust that the norms do matter here, to trust that he is showing by leadership what a transition, a peaceful transition looks like.
White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre says President Biden is also committed to ensuring an effective and efficient transition. 3 former detainees of Iraq's notorious Abu Ghraib prison will share $42 million awarded today by a federal jury holding a Virginia-based military contractor responsible for contributing to their torture 2 decades ago. A different jury could not agree on liability earlier this year. Lawyers for the contractor say no employees were ever charged or took part in mistreatment, instead blaming what they call the reckless actions of military police. A sell-off on Wall Street, the Dow down 382 at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It was found in a tanning bed, 47 degrees with plenty of clouds over the monument. No rain on your radar. Those clouds are going to remain in the air throughout the day with temps dropping sub 40 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:02. A man was found dead inside of a Planet Fitness on the south side yesterday morning. John Herrick reports.
IMPD was called to the Planet Fitness on Hardigan Street near US 31 and County Line Road at around 9 a.m. They said Derek Sink was found dead in a tanning bed after people there had reported a foul smell. A Planet Fitness spokesperson says they're looking into what happened, and so is IMPD. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A teenage boy was shot Sunday in Greenwood. Police say another 13-year-old is who pulled the trigger.
The young person has been taken into custody and has been preliminarily charged with attempted murder. We don't know if that's the way it's going to play out in the long run, but we do that to make sure that the legal process proceeds correctly.
Johnson County Prosecutor Lance Hamner says if a teenager is tried at the juvenile system for attempted murder, they could face detention in a youth facility, counseling, and probation. He may have been one of the 10,000 AES customers who couldn't turn on the lights this morning.
In the Lawrence area, we had some crews
crews working, and there was a transformer issue, and so some primary lines are down right now. Luckily, we did have that work going on in the area already, so those crews were able to respond very quickly.
Mallory Duncan with AES on what caused that outage. There's not going to be a strike at the GM plant up in Fort Wayne. The United Auto Workers Union and the company reached an agreement last week which stopped senior staff from being on the hook for shifts that were left open by temporary workers no longer there.
When the company realized that I was not going to extend the temporary employees, they went into panic mode. They'll admit it to you, they panicked. And their only recourse was to violate my contract, and that's what they did.
Local UAW President Rich Letourneau says it's important to focus on keeping manufacturing jobs in the states. Traffic and weather in about 60 seconds. Your time is 4:04.
Okay, close your mouth and take a deep breath in through your nose. So the way it's supposed to be is that you should be able to breathe easily. You shouldn't feel constrained. What it should feel like is air briskly flowing freely through both nasal passages, day and night. And if not, there's a problem. And it's a don't know what your problem really was until you got it fixed kind of problem. You're living with it. I mean, you're tired a lot. It might give you headaches and sinus pressure, but you're living with it. Yeah, you sound like almost every patient we help until we get their problem fixed. And then you hear them saying, why would I put up with that? Advent will get you breathing freely again with simple in-office solutions like turbinate reduction along with balloon sinuplasty that really can change your life.
To date, Advent has solved over 40,000 breathing triangle problems. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows. When you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
With traffic on the 5s at 4:05. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Harrison, I'm checking out the west side right now in southbound 465 stop-and-go traffic. Washington down to Sam Jones Expressway because of construction. Eastbound 465 stop-and-go Westfield Boulevard over to Allisonville Road. Inbound 65 stop-and-go MLK to Meridian Penn, 8-minute delay. Eastbound 70 slow from Tibbs Avenue into Meridian, Illinois. Traffic sponsored by Staples Stores. Your local Staples store has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store and everything for your business. Save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thanks, Matt. And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
For tonight, partly cloudy, low temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Wednesday starts off dry, but showers and a few rumbles of thunder are likely later on in the day. High temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos? So let's rock it!
It's the Hammer and Nigel Road Show, live at the World Food Championships State Fairgrounds. Finals are happening right now. My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. Our buddy Jeff Boggs. Find him at Not Kenny Rogers. Famously blocked by Hillary Clinton. Very, very nice.
Hillary Clinton, Luke Bryan, and Mario Lopez.
Yes,
Let's
okay.
remember.
Yeah, that's the trifecta right there. And also joined by celebrity chef Brian Duffy. Brian,
how's everybody doing?
To Indianapolis, my friend.
I want you to know that you were blocked by Hillary Clinton. I have asked Monica Lewinsky out on Twitter multiple times.
Well, this is
never
This is going to blow your mind.
This is going to blow your mind.
Hold on.
No.
Wait a second. This is awkward.
Are you dating Monica Lewinsky?
Am I dating? No.
Have you?
Have we dated? I'll let the history books show that we did.
I think there's other things in the history books that people are talking about than the date that happened between you guys.
Well, listen, it wasn't just a date, and it's a little tough to talk about, especially here at the World Food Championships.
Exactly.
But if you want to mention it, it was the top story on Entertainment Tonight, and my old boss Dave Letterman did do monologue jokes about it. But yeah,
nice.
I don't really like to talk about it much.
Did you guys get like a cute Christmas card together or something?
We did it.
Way.
Well, I mean, it's
laughing at him.
I want to see it. No, I love it.
The second you had no clue this was coming. The second
I didn't. No wonder why she never went out with me. She's got you.
Now wait a second. Now I'm feeling protective. Why were you asking her out?
I knew it was never going to happen, but I thought, hey, what the heck? Why not? I don't live that far from D.C.
I'm living proof it could happen. Is what I'm saying.
I am feeling strong in my game now. I like it.
Yeah. But did you just like her take? She looks great.
No, I mean she's a beautiful, attractive woman.
She is.
You know, I mean she's intelligent across the board. She didn't just independent. Like I'm all for that.
Okay.
Like it doesn't happen now. It's not like I'm stalking her. I mean I tried the other day and she didn't answer again. It's been 15 years.
Okay, let me give you something to try. This is how we met. We were at a party in Hollywood. And it was a big Tony Hawk skateboarder premiere party.
Nice.
And I was doing the Tom Green show at the time. I don't know if you remember that show.
Brother, I am 53 years old. I remember
So
Tom.
you're right into the Bum Bum song.
Exactly.
Co-writer of the Bum Bum song.
Dude, I love this guy.
Yeah. So we were at a party, and somebody came in and said, hey, a couple miles away, there's an outdoor party where Monica Lewinsky is hanging out. And so we all quickly jumped in the van with the camera. We went over there, and the whole thing was, well, how do we get close to her? And so I said, why don't I back up into her? And then when I hear her talking to her friends and somebody makes a joke, I'll over laugh and turn into it.
Right.
Smooth.
And so that's exactly that.
Funny, Monica.
Exactly that. And I did the turn. I go, oh, and she just stared at me, and then she started laughing.
Right.
And then
the
she
rest is history.
And she said to me, she goes, "You remind me of Chandler Bing." And that was our opening. That was the beginning of it. So you have a shot. Just work on your approach.
I got to work on my backup game, apparently.
Yes.
All right, good. I like that.
Sorry.
No,
that's great. I love this. Brian Duffy with us, celebrity chef, restaurant owner. You can see him on Bar Rescue from time to time.
Yeah.
How has your time in Indy been so far?
I am a big fan of this city. I'll tell you that right now. I actually have some friends that live out here. I love the Midwest anyway. My mother's from Ohio. So like that whole kind of mentality that runs up that center part of the country is I'm just a big fan of it. I've spent a lot of time out in the Midwest, only been to Indianapolis a couple of times, but I mean the hospitality's been great. Coming through the airport, big huge sign, welcome to World Food Championship, telling everybody there's 1,200 chefs here. I have actually, I'll tell you a very funny Airbnb story. I got an Airbnb here, and when I first checked in, it smelled like mold. So I told the guy, hey, just so you know, I got a little bit of a weird smell in here. That night, he came in, he checked the basement, checked the sink, put an air purifier in and a dehumidifier. The next day, I go to do my laundry, and my washer won't drain. So all of the clothes that I have to wear on camera are now stuck in the washer, saturated in water. I text the guy. He sends somebody over. They take my clothes out of the washer. They go do my laundry for me, fold it, including my underwear, bring it back, put it on the dining room table for me. This all happened in an Airbnb in Indianapolis, and I'm going to tell you, that would not happen anywhere else.
You're not getting
would
people
not
folding
happen.
your underpants in Philly.
I don't even have that happen in my own damn house. Yeah.
But what are your responsibilities here at the World Food Championship?
So I have been co-hosting and emceeing and having the opportunity to get up on stage, introduce to everybody what's happening. You guys get to see the dishes here right in front of you. We've got a couple of different dishes that are going on. We've got a Cornish game hen, which is one of the sponsors that we have. Famous Dave's is the sponsor for one of these segments. All of these barbecue teams that are up there as we speak, they're defending their dishes. So I am emceeing that portion of it. They have 60 seconds to defend their dish, to tell us what is on each component, what happens with it. And I'll tell you that about 60% of the people who have gone up there have gone over time. They only have 60 seconds. They get very, very nervous when they get up there. They've got 5 judges staring at them, cameras on their face, and then I'm saying to them, explain your dish, and they start to stumble, and then they can't actually finish the final description because that 60-second hits, and this is a competition. We got rules we got to follow. I got to cut them off. So it's kind of weird and kind of odd to watch. But the barbecue portion of it is something that's one of my favorite components of this whole thing.
What did they just sit down in front of us here?
Right. So this is a Cornish game hen that was sponsored. This is actually Famous Dave sponsored this whole segment. This looks like a really cool little like mushroom corn cake. This is actually a pumpkin pie that was smoked, and this is done by the guys. This is the military guys that are out there. These guys raise awareness and teach vets and wounded warriors how to do barbecue.
That's awesome.
To give them that sense of purpose again after they come back.
I'm going in for
It's an unbelievable program. They have 32 members on their team right now who have never worked with any of these other teams before. So they're coming in, learning how to barbecue, learning how to smoke, and they now have won 3 categories so far that they've come in and done it, and right now they're up there defending their barbecue.
Now, you've made it to the point where you're a big-time celebrity judge. Do you miss competing like it?
I hate competing across all levels. My reasoning for that is because I'm not one to brag about what it is that I do. I'd rather put it on a plate, have you taste it, and love it. I've done one competition. Well, I've done 2 competitions in my life. The first one I ever did was a whole hog competition, which I won the entire thing, never having cooked a whole hog in my life. So I was very proud of that one. And the next one I did barbecue brawl. I got a little drunk with some Food Network people and ended up doing a TV show.
Yeah, it happens. We got a little drunk and got a radio show.
Exactly.
Sometimes life comes at you. You never know which direction, man.
Yeah.
Brian Duffy's with us, celebrity chef out of here at the World Food Championships. Tell us about your relationship with John Taffer and Bar Rescue and how that all came to be. Bar Rescue is literally one of those shows that they show for 24 hours in a day, and I could just keep it on that channel all day long. Hour after hour, day after day. That's just something I just can't stop watching. It's one of those shows.
So I was the first chef on the show, and I actually left the show 11 years ago.
Wow.
So the funny part about that is that of the 250 episodes that they have done, of those episodes, the top 10 worst episodes in the history of the show, I have 8 of them.
Nice.
So my shows continue to air every single Sunday.
Wait, what does that mean, worst? What do you mean?
The worst, like one of the ones that we did, the worst bars, the worst owners.
Okay.
I was involved in those shows. Not the worst shows because I was on them.
Right, that's
They
what I
were the
thought.
worst
Like,
episodes because of the other people that were on the show.
You can be very critical of yourself there, Brian.
One of them was a show we did down in Nashville, or in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, where we actually had a chef who had mushrooms growing in the walk-in.
I remember that. Yes.
It was horrific. It was the absolute. When you walked into that walk-in, there was black mold around the framing of the entire walk-in. The cutting boards that he had were all sandwiched together with black mold in throughout the whole thing. The chicken that he had sitting out, when we temped that chicken was at 78 degrees sitting out. One of the scenes that you didn't see was I went over to the guy and I said, "This is bruschetta right here." He had bruschetta in a 6-pan in the kitchen. And I said, "What is that?" And he said, "Bruschetta." And I said, "Did you make that?" He said, "Yes." I said, "How long ago?" And he said, "Yesterday." And it was bubbling with bacteria. So in one scene, he's wearing a black jacket. I said, "Eat that and taste it." He said, "I don't need to prove myself to you." So I said, "Eat that and taste it." He said, "No." The next scene, he's not wearing a jacket because I took the entire container of salsa or bruschetta and poured it all over the front of him. And they wouldn't air that episode. They wouldn't air that scene that happened because it was too aggressive.
Oh, my goodness. Too aggressive for John Taffer.
Right. Like, there are times where I'm fearful for somebody's life when he gets pissed off.
He's got a great security team behind him and a team of lawyers that are making sure that that's allowed for him to do that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
By the way, Jeff Boggs has a photo he would like to show you.
I want to give you some confidence here. All right? That's our Christmas card from 1998.
Oh, my Lord. Look
Monica,
at that.
myself, and a Korean child who was in line with his family with us. So
that's not even like
you took a
anybody's
picture
kid.
with somebody else's child.
I said
Can
to
I please make note? The child is adorable.
It's adorable.
She's beautiful.
I
the
said
red satin shirt has me feeling funky ways all the way throughout, dude.
It's a moment in time when you're at a Walmart. That's a Walmart.
Absolutely.
And, with the snow background with Monica Lewinsky. This is 2 years after the problem. And I can actually ask a Korean family, may I borrow your child?
Borrow your baby. By the way, I don't know if you guys know, she's going incognito. She's got a hat and sunglasses on.
Yes.
So that's awesome,
I just
dude.
wanted to give you some inspiration.
I am feeling strong.
For your game going
I
out
am
there.
going to get back on the X game hardcore.
I like it. I'm going to follow you. Are you on the Twitter?
I'm on the Twitter.
Okay, I'm going to follow
I
you on.
don't do a lot on the Twitter.
Okay. Well,
I do. I used to, but now it's really politics and porn.
True.
There's zero good conversations happening. Right, exactly.
Your problem being?
Which is politics anyway. Politics and porn. I'm an Instagram guy.
Don't you hope it goes back, though?
I really enjoyed Twitter for a long time.
I did, too. I loved Twitter, and the comedy aspect of Twitter was hilarious.
Yep. Yes.
And now it's, instead of laughing, we're applauding.
Right.
And so I hope it goes back now that...
But I don't want to go back to the point where somebody would say, hey, nice hat, then you get suspended for 30 days.
Well, that's true. Yeah,
So I'm with
exactly.
that.
True. Yeah, but just laughs. Let's make sure we laugh.
Brian, where are your restaurants at?
So I actually own a restaurant in North Carolina with some partners. Then we have a really kind of cool concept that's going to be happening in New York in a little while. I sold my restaurants in Philadelphia. I have a consulting firm where I oversee small mom and pop restaurants that can't really afford to work with some of these big, huge marketing or huge consulting firms.
Right.
So I go in, I really work very tightly with them, teach them about finances, we're putting out great menus, and then I have a bigger consulting firm that we do massive projects. I'm also the part owner of a company called Yum Crunch, which is a viral ASMR multimedia firm. We do a lot of really cool videos with food and work with the top influencers in the world with that. I'm also a part owner of a spice company out of Germany, a cookie company out of Alaska.
Do you sleep, dude? Jeez.
No, not at all. And I have a product coming out that I can't tell you right now, but it's inside of my hat. I have a product coming out in the next 3 months that's going to save all of our hats.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Well, man,
Hey,
we
man, we're
love
big
having you
fans.
here in Indy, man. Next time you roll back through, come back and hang
I
out
would
with us, man.
Absolutely
we'll just BS.
love to. Yeah, let's eat some of this stuff right now.
Let's do it.
Dig in. If you've never seen Food Sport, follow this stuff on YouTube. Check out World Food Championship. Yep. It's over 1,200 chefs that have shown up. We have 32 countries being represented. 57 barbecue teams have come out here. And I'll tell you what, I've been involved for the last 2 years. This space is absolutely amazing. Cool. The Indiana State Fair is amazing. So thank you guys very much for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's Brian Duffy. Let's check in with Matt Baer over at the WIBC Traffic Center.
West side, southbound 465, stop and go, Rockville Road down to Sam Jones Expressway. That's a construction zone until Monday. Inbound 65, stop and go, MLK to Meridian Penn, 9-minute delay. Eastbound 70 slows between Belmont and Harding, then we're dragging a bit into the south split and up to the Washington Street exit. Eastbound 465, stop and go traffic, Westfield Boulevard over to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Wendy's. Any size soft drinks for $1. Wendy's has $1 soft drinks, any size, anytime. Coke, Sprite, strawberry, Fanta, whatever you want. Any size soft drink for $1, gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only at participating Wendy's, terms apply. I'm Matt Baer. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
9 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. It's the Hammer and Nigel show live from the World Food Championships.
Back to my house. This time they're going to be going down into the basement and taking care of the concrete floor in my furnace room. They did such a great job in my garage. I said, I've got to have these guys out. By the way, my garage last year, I never thought it could look as good as it does. It was dirty, cracked, uneven, unmaintained, and in a day, Galaxy Concrete put this coating on that made it 4 times stronger, easy to clean, non-slippery surface. Manufacturer, by the way, just upgraded the warranty from 15 years to lifetime, and they do not use epoxy. That's the old stuff. They use what's called polyurea, which is the new standard for coating. So call Galaxy Concrete Coatings, 751-9070, or check out their website, see pictures, get a quote, galaxyconcretecoatings.com.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Hi, my entire family's obsessed with all things Wicked, but my kids can't stop watching the trailer, and now they're having a Wicked-themed sleepover. Do you think our internet can handle all of the streaming and memeing going on?
Well, we've engineered our Xfinity gateways to handle hundreds of devices at once, so they can all stay magically connected.
Wow. Are you a wizard?
I wish. No, just someone that won't let a bad connection burst your internet bubble.
Now through December 22nd, get Thrillifyingly fast 150 megabit Xfinity internet for just $35 a month for 12 months with no annual contract and free Wi-Fi equipment included. Go to Xfinity.com to switch today. Keep the magic going from your screen to the big screen. And see Wicked, only in theaters November 22nd. Restrictions apply. Requires privilege bill and auto stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply. Currently $56 a month for internet service and $15 for Wi-Fi equipment. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
A true partner in your health dedicates time to understanding your needs.
At CenterWell Senior Primary Care, doctors make one-on-one time with you a priority, so you can get all your questions answered and feel more confident in your health care. See how it feels to have a team of senior care experts working together to help you feel your best. CenterWell, it's about time. Schedule a tour today at meetcenterwell.com. That's meetcenterwell.com.
Joyner Homes. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana and has a streamlined, fully custom home build process with an in-house team of architectural and design specialists. So you can focus on the fun stuff like cabinets and flooring and paint colors. They truly build unique, character-rich, smart design homes anywhere that you can bring a builder or on your own private lot. Check out their pricing online at joynerhomes.com. That's where you can also see some of the homes they've built. That's joynerhomes.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
Hey guys, it's Rob Kendall. Give back November 21st at Hi-Fi. Get tickets to a celebrity bartender toast to Moselle Sanders, powered by Jack Daniels. A night of community, Jack Daniels cocktails, and fighting food insecurity. Sample signature cocktails crafted by celebrity bartenders, all working to help raise $10,000 to feed 10,000 people this Thanksgiving through the Moselle Sanders Foundation. Tickets start at $20 with all proceeds benefiting Moselle Sanders Foundation's mission to support families in need. Get tickets at hifiindy.com.
Get in gear with fall savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get a brand new 2024 Navigator. Get an incredible $10,000 off plus 0% for 60 months. Or get $7,000 off select new 2024 Lincoln Aviators plus 0% for 60 months. So get some of those fall savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Qualified buyers with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. Taxes and dealer fees extra. Stock number L24412. MSRP 104,200. Stock number L24208. MSRP 75,300. See dealer for complete details.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard Air dealer in Indianapolis.
Hammer and Nigel presents
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Is this anything?
All right, let's rock and roll.
All right, so we're going to play a little spirited round of Is This Anything with not just Big Nige, but Jeff Boggs here as well.
All right.
Is this anything? A Spirit flight to Haiti had to be diverted after being hit by gang gunfire. The flight had to be diverted to the Dominican Republic. Here's a passenger on the flight talking about how it went down.
I heard clock, 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 3 times. A couple of us in the plane, we recognized the noise as being.
Jeff, I got to tell you, I'm already a worrywart when I get on an airplane. But if I'm getting on an airplane and flying to Haiti, and then I hear gunfire, I'm going to, I don't know, see if I can take a boat or something like that. I don't know. That's something to me right there.
Who needs, okay, so you have to fly to Haiti. You know that information. So you go on Expedia and you go, I'll fly Spirit Airlines to Haiti. It seems like a horrible idea anyway, but my goodness, that's definitely something. I love that story.
So I'm going to give you both some crossfire here, no pun intended. When you're flying to Haiti, what did you expect? You don't expect to have a smooth landing. The minute you walk off, they're putting a lei on you. And, here's a little flute of champagne before you head into your cab. That's not how that works.
I'll take it one step further. When you're flying Spirit Airlines, what did you expect?
Raise your hand if you've had a Spirit Airlines flight.
I have never had a Spirit Airlines flight.
I have.
Both of you guys have.
I do it quite a bit. They get you with the price. It's $72 cheaper than the next closest one. And then they try to charge you $100 for the baggage. But it's fun to watch the punching. I enjoy watching the punching.
a lot of bows being thrown on the Spirit Airlines.
The live boxing on board is what really separates them from the competition.
We were actually landing at LAX, and a gentleman during approach stood up and punched a guy in back of him on a Spirit Airlines flight. So, yeah, good for them.
Is this anything? The Tennis Channel has removed analyst John Worthing from making fun of a female tennis player's forehead.
Oh, no.
He wasn't on the air yet, but all mics are hot. Somebody recorded it, and we've got audio here. Go ahead.
What do you think I am, Barbora Krejcikova? Look at the forehead when Krejcikova and John take the court. 8-head.
Oh, no. Did I hear an 8-head in there?
That's an 8-head reference, yes.
That's got a forehead like a drive-in movie theater. Really is a quote. That is something, again, that was not live. Is that what you said, Hammer?
Correct. Wasn't on the air.
But that's still. Now, I looked up this woman that he was talking about. That is, she's got a dome, for sure.
Peyton Manning was like, that's a big-ass forehead.
But I don't know. Should he have been fired for saying it while they were... It wasn't quote-unquote live? Come on.
It wasn't on the air, but it was recorded and leaked out and all that kind of stuff.
I think more importantly, hottest female five-head. I think if you look at it, mine would be Rihanna. I think she has.
I'm gonna have to do some studying.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's tough, but Rihanna's one of them.
Okay.
Great moments in Rihanna history. I turned down the opportunity to smoke weed with Rihanna.
What's wrong with you?
So as a promotions kid at WZPL, I was back then doing basically what my son's doing now. This is when Rihanna first came out, right? Ponda Replay was the hit, and she's doing a show at the Vogue. Just literally came out. So, record companies make deals with the radio stations. Totally illegal, but it happens all the time. And we had a meet and greet with Rihanna. So I take these contest winners back to her bus, and you open up the doors, and it was like Spicoli's van. All the smoke comes billowing out. And to their credit, the band members could not have been more nice. They offered weed to our contest winners.
Oh, wow.
They asked if I wanted a, quote, hit of that thing, to which I politely declined.
You've never sounded more white in your life.
It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
$182,000.
What?
Yeah, $182,000. According to CBS News, the average American loses out on an average of $182,000 in Social Security income. And it's because they filed for their benefits, Rob, at the wrong time.
Learn how you could avoid this with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy.
We trust Bill to help with planning for our retirement, and you can too.
This free analysis could help you get the most income from Social Security while considering the impact on your spousal benefits, taxes, IRAs, and 401k withdrawals, and Medicare premiums.
If you've saved more than $200,000 and have not filed for Social Security, schedule your free analysis by calling 317-932-9912.
Don't lose $182,000 in Social Security income that's rightfully yours.
Call 317-932-9912. That's 317-932-9912.
Movember. Movember's just not for beards and mustaches. You grow out your beard and mustache to raise awareness for men's health. Yeah, so this year we're not letting men's health take a back seat, all right? That's been happening for far too long. Going to team up with Franciscan Health to present this one-stop shop for all things men's health. It's happening Saturday, November 23rd at the Gugman House Brewing Company. Look, guys, why spend time making multiple appointments, worrying about your insurance coverage and sitting in a doctor's office when you can join us and get tested and screened for just about anything health-wise?
Seriously. Please join us Saturday, November 23rd at the Gugman House Brewing Company. Yes, we're going to have beer. Yes, we're going to have some giveaways, some raffles, and a lot of fun. But check out all the screenings you can get, cancer screenings. You can ask a nurse, ask a doctor, and we're providing this for free. Just come by, hang out with us Saturday, November 23rd, Gugman House Brewing Company. Nigel and I are going to be there at noon. Some of our friends from The Fan will be there as well. Stop by, hang out, Movember with Franciscan Health.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. but LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
Charged with attempted murder. Mostly cloudy, 47 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. Nothing to worry about on your radar. Temps tonight expected to fall into the upper 30s. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 4:32. A 13-year-old boy was shot Sunday in Greenwood, and another 13-year-old boy who was arrested for shooting him.
The young person has been taken into custody and has been preliminarily charged with attempted murder. We don't know if that's the way it's going to play out in the long run, but we do that to make sure that the legal process proceeds correctly.
Johnson County Prosecutor Lance Hamner. The process for a juvenile charged with murder can be a bit different. Hamner says he could do time at a youth detention facility along with having to go to some counseling and get probation. It all depends on how things shake out in courts. A body was found inside of a Planet Fitness in Indianapolis. It was at the Planet Fitness off Hardigan Street near US 31 and County Line Road, where police say they found the body of Derek Sink in a tanning bed yesterday morning. Both IMPD and Planet Fitness say they're trying to work together to figure out exactly what happened to the 39-year-old. Senate Republicans will be choosing a new party leader within the chamber soon after winning majority this election.
I'm so happy that all of our new members are here to create that majority and give us a chance to make the kind of changes for America that the voters voted for.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, who will be stepping down from his role next year. Production at the Fort Wayne GM plant will continue after an agreement with the UAW. Ryan Hedrick reports on an avoided strike.
Union President Rich Letourneau says the problem started when GM let go of a bunch of temp workers and used senior staff to fill those shifts. He says union members had already paid their dues to avoid working those positions.
When the company realized that I was not going to extend the temporary employees, they went into panic mode.
And that's when the UAW threatened a strike. He says he hopes the automaker can stick to the agreement or else strike talks will be on the table again. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And at the closing bell, not great. The Dow down by 382 today to 43,910. The Nasdaq slipping by 17 to 19,281. The S&P 500 also in the red by 17 points. It's closed Tuesday at 5,983. Traffic and weather in about 60 seconds. It's 4:35.
A radio lead is a serious lead, and our sales percentages reflect that tremendously.
How can a partnership with WIBC serve your business?
My name is Jim Williams, and I am the owner of Galaxy Concrete Coatings.
Qualified leads.
I think it was about 2004 that I was approached about radio advertising. Didn't really think it was going to help me much. But the interesting thing is over a period of 5 years, it got stronger and stronger every year. You know, we have like 10, sometimes 20 different ads that we're running.
Deliver your message to the audience that matters.
Radio is the first thing we start with because you do get calls that you can set leads and create sales from.
Text business to 71007 to take your advertising to the next level.
We close like 40% of a radio ad. We close like 20 to 25% of our other mass media ads. I mean, that's a home run.
Get results with WIBC.
With traffic at 4:36, here's Matt Bear.
All right, Harrison, southbound 65, stop-and-go traffic, White River Bridge 2. The north split, a delay time of 14 minutes. Eastbound 70 slow from Belmont to the south split, and that's running at a delay of 6. Southbound 465 on the west side, stop-and-go traffic from West 10th to Sam Jones Expressway. That is a construction zone. Eastbound 465 on the north side, stop-and-go traffic, Westfield Boulevard to the White River. And on the east side, southbound 465 is slow from 70 down to Washington Street. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better. Come into any of their locations and make the salesperson prove the superiority of the Royal Spa product. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
And the forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
For tonight, partly cloudy, low temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Wednesday starts off dry, but showers and a few rumbles of thunder are likely later on in the day. High temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, road show out at the State Fair, the World Food Championships. The finals are happening tonight. And if you're a foodie and you were here this weekend, you know how amazing and intense it got, all these competitions, these food competitions. I mean, this is really one of the most prestigious culinary competitions happening in the world. First time here, it's happened in Indy, and we've already had the CEO of WFC tell us, yeah, we're coming back next year.
I hope this becomes an annual thing. I hope Indy becomes the permanent home of this event because, again, the first couple days when the competition had just started, this place was packed.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole parking lot was nothing but barbecue trucks and smokers, and all the competitors were here. But today, we're here for kind of the grand finale. They're picking the winners here today.
Can I just say a quick thank you to our listeners, to the WIBC friends and family that listen to this program and all the shows on WIBC. I just want to say thank you. Yesterday was Veterans Day, and you and I hooked up with VeteransSupportNetwork.org to try and raise some money for homeless Indy vets. You guys went above and beyond the call of duty while we were on the air. I think we had an original goal of $5,000,
right,
to go straight to Indy, to homeless Indy vets. And I think we ended up raising close to $9,000.
Yeah.
Within the span of a few hours.
You guys are so generous,
I'm blown
so
away.
awesome. And the best listeners in America are the WIBC listeners. Nigel and I have been doing professional radio, for the most part, in this city since we were 18, 19 years old.
Yep.
Never seen a more loyal listener base, never seen a more passionate listener base, and never seen a more kind listener base. So thank you guys so much. Donald Trump's cabinet starting to come together. Some of the folks already nominated: Susie Wiles for Chief of Staff, Tom Homan for Border Czar.
He's a badass.
Love that guy.
Yeah, he's used to run ice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Elise Stefanik for the UN ambassador, Zeldin EPA. Earlier today, we're hearing Kristi Noem for Homeland Security. Still some big spots to be filled. I'm crossing my fingers for Kash Patel for CIA. I love that dude. He would be perfect in that role. But Secretary of State, looks like Donald Trump is moving forward with nominating Marco Rubio.
Senator from Florida.
Right. So what do we think about this?
Well, they had their run-ins certainly in the Republican primaries back in 2015, 2016, right?
I think what you're saying is it's time for great moments in Marco Rubio history.
Yes.
Let's go back to that 2016 Republican primary debate. Not only did we get a little Marco reference, but at one point they started making crank jokes.
Let's see if he answers it. I will. Don't worry about it, Marco. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, little Marco. I will. All right. Well, let's hear Big Don. Donald. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, little Marco.
Gentlemen, look at those hands. Are they small hands? And he referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you, there's no problem. I guarantee. All right.
God, those debates were off the rails, weren't they?
Unbelievable. Like, whenever a real boring debate happened, I'd have to look to my kids and go, this is how it normally is.
Right.
It's not supposed to be crank jokes. Great moments in Marco Rubio history.
You know what else? I'm sorry, before we move on, Hammer, like, I loved Marco trying to retort.
Right.
When Trump called him Little Marco, okay, Big Donald.
Big Don.
Nice try.
Like I was waiting for David Spade to come in. Did I catch a niner in there? How about during the debates when Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio tried to out-Spanish each other?
Marco went on Univision
in Spanish and said he would not rescind President Obama's illegal executive amnesty on his first day in office. I have promised to rescind every single illegal executive action, including that one.
Well, first of all, I don't know how he knows what I said on Univision because he doesn't speak Spanish. And second of all, the other point that I would make...
Marco, si quieres, díselo ahora mismo, díselo ahora. En español, si quieres.
Oh,
They were
God.
trying to out-Spanish each other?
And when Ted Cruz tried to out-Spanish Marco Rubio, let's be honest, didn't he sound a little bit like Smokey in Friday?
Oh.
Díselo ahora. En español, si quieres.
And last but certainly not least, great moments in Marco Rubio history when he had a little encounter with Alex Jones.
Oh, yeah, my favorite.
Outside of the voting chambers. Go ahead.
All right, we get it. Yeah, I gotta go to the committee. You guys can talk to this clown.
Oh, yeah. Looks a little frat boy, so cool. Go back to your bathhouse. Compromise in the bathhouses.
No, what was that whole thing about?
Go back to your bathhouse. Little frat boy, go back to your bathhouse. Allegedly, there's some photo making its way around the internet a long time ago where the photo was taken at some club where they're having a foam party. Have you ever been to a foam party before? Remember the Vogue? A couple of those foam parties they used to have. They used to fill the whole dance floor with, but it was a gay club that this picture was taken at. Supposedly, like in the corner, there's Marco Rubio,
and that's what Alex Jones was referencing.
Go back to your bathhouse. Which is one of the best insults besides Little Marco, Liddle.
But now they've made up, though.
I guess so.
So here's what I would like to see happen. Let's say everybody gets confirmed, right? Because these are just the nominations. Let's say everybody gets confirmed. You got to replace Marco Rubio in the Senate. I want Byron Donalds. I want Senator Byron Donalds in Florida.
That'd be incredible. What about Stefanik? See, that's the thing. I mean, she's in a district in New York that I think is pretty safe, but that's, the House majority versus minority there, Republicans versus Democrats. I think I heard Tony Katz talking about it earlier today. It's, I think the Republicans got like about 219.
It's close.
So if Trump plucks her out of New York, I mean, I think she's in a safe district. I don't know how all that works exactly with the House, but that'd be kind of something that was on my mind.
And J.D. Vance, he's technically the tiebreaker, but his Senate seat may open up. There's chatter that they want Vivek Ramaswamy to run. However, does Vivek have his eyes on some larger position in Trump's cabinet, whether that be heading up education, if Trump decides to keep the education department?
Yeah, he wants to do away with the education department.
But if he keeps it, I wouldn't mind seeing Vivek in that role. But Senator Ramaswamy, that would be interesting.
I mean, I think of senators, 10 times more powerful than any cabinet position, wouldn't you think?
I would think so.
You're one of the most 100 powerful people in the country.
But I think Vivek kind of likes having one boss and have it be Trump. Like when you're in the Senate, we'll talk about whoever the Senate majority leader is because they got secret votes going on. But you got a chain of command, and then we've heard Mike Braun talk about this. It's so swampy. One person cannot make a difference. It's so disgusting.
One of the reasons why he didn't seek another term.
Right. It's the Hammer and Nigel show.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, what's all this I hear about seasons free things?
Yeah, we're giving away even more than usual this season.
Free alignment with any Ford tire purchase isn't seasonal, Mike. It's free every day at Tire Discounters.
Sure, but right now, guess what else happens every day?
I know that customers can save up to $250 on Michelin tires.
Absolutely. Now, guess what else?
Mike, I'm a Phantom tire buyer with a secret identity. Please don't toy with me.
Okay, here's the deal.
Yes?
We're doing these drawings.
Like a game show.
And one lucky customer per day wins all their money back for 4 tires.
Spectacular! But why call it seasons free things?
You know, seasons greetings. It's like a play on words.
Yes, of course it is. I knew that.
It's seasons free things at Tire Discounters. One lucky customer per day wins their money back on tires. Everyone saves big on major brands like Continental. And a free alignment and oil change comes with every Ford tire purchase.
When it comes to your furnace this winter, you don't want to mess around. You need the best. You want the best equipment. You want the best dealers working on it. I'm talking about American Standard Heating and Air. They are truly built to a higher standard. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome local dealers in Central Indy.
How about B&W HVAC, plumbing, and electrical and Speedway? Fall turning to winter means cold nights, and you got to make sure that furnace is safe and ready to keep you warm. B&W's dedicated team, they will make sure your heating system is in top shape. And when the frigid sub-zero temperatures arrive, you're going to be good to go. bplusw.com/radio. Schedule your appointment today. That's bplusw.com/radio, or just give them a call. 317-243-3581. B&W HVAC, plumbing, and electrical and Speedway. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Pat Sullivan here, and the holidays are right around the corner, which means all the food prep in your home and then scraps and leftovers thrown right down the garbage disposal. Don't let a clogged kitchen sink ruin your holiday spirit. Consider upgrading your garbage disposal before it's too late. Call my friends at Hope Plumbing today for a premium garbage disposal and get $100 off. Leave the dirty work to Hope Plumbing. Visit hopeplumbing.com for all their holiday specials today.
One of the real advantages that we have here at Hendricks is the scope of the services that we have to offer in orthopedics.
Whether they have a hip fracture or they're a high-functioning athlete, we're all working towards the same thing.
To have them be able to have an elective surgery safely and then go home also in a safe fashion is of utmost importance.
We very much want everyone to get back to doing everything that they were doing beforehand. We're really invested in it.
Unstoppable orthopedic care. Learn more at hendricks.org/ortho.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-285-0395. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-285-0395. 800-285-0395. 800-285-0395.
Heating and air conditioning can be the largest investment you make in your home. Here at Family, we pride ourselves in offering many flexible options.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Never miss your favorite shows on WIBC. Get your content to go. Would you like fries with that? Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, Hammer and Nigel, Tony Kennett, The Gun Guy, Home and Garden. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Matt Bear, what's going on?
Northbound 69 out of Noblesville. We have stop-and-go traffic before and after 126th Street. Looking at inbound 65, that is slow from the White River Bridge to the North Split. 13-minute delay. Eastbound 70 slow from Harding Street into the South Split. South side crash. Northbound 65 after the 465 ramps. 2 right lanes are blocked and traffic is stopped through the interchange almost to Thompson Road. West side southbound 465 stop and go because of construction. 10th to Sam Jones. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better hot tubs. 24-hour water filtration, purification, and aeration means better water quality. Natural minerals and Epsom salts means better relaxation. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
At 50 degrees at the American Standard Heating Weather Center. Big Nige, what was it you wanted to do?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Hi, we are live out at the World Food Championships.
You were just ripping people earlier for having the mic always be hot and recording. And
well,
here you
at least
are.
I didn't cuss.
I'm trying to give the temperature, and you're yelling, Allison!
Allison! I did want to... did you hear me, Allison, by the way, the clip that I wanted?
I did, and I did mute you guys, so you were in the clear.
Oh, we were muted, so nobody knows what the hell you're talking about.
I was giving the temperature.
People are upset, Hammer, at astrologers on TikTok. These astrologers, for the most part, said and predicted that Vice President Kamala Harris would win the election. They obviously were way off.
Correct.
President Trump, Electoral College, popular vote, it was a landslide. Here is one person telling off the astrologers that got the election results wrong.
This poor guy goes skiing, which he loves, and...
Oh, my God.
What happened, babe?
That wasn't it.
You screwed everything up.
I did not.
We had everything
Wait,
lined up. We were supposed to do the 4:48 break as planned.
I didn't want to do it.
Over the top
I didn't want to do it.
when
I didn't
I'm
want to do
doing
that story.
Wait.
Temperature check.
Do you have it?
What's the clip called again?
People are shocked that every TikTok.
Okay. Let's try it again. I'll edit all
Okay.
this out. This isn't live. Okay.
No, keep it. No. You won't learn if you don't edit this out.
I'm not admitting any mistakes here. Go ahead.
I'm sad about the election too. What I'm especially sad about is the fact that I can no longer trust a single TikTok astrologer on this app. So thanks.
Well, that paid off. Hot damn.
They all talk like this. they all talk like this. I can't believe the TikTok astrologer.
You ever been to an astrologer before? Ever been to like a
tarot card reader?
Yeah.
No. But there are people on TikTok that are predicting the elections, and now, unfortunately, the outcome didn't coincide with what this person wanted. No longer trusting the TikTok astrologers.
Listen, it's got to be a tough gig, right? I try to do sports betting. Sometimes you miss a bet, right?
Do you ever have somebody on TikTok come at you and say, sorry, I can't trust your word anymore? I can't trust. The very fact that there are people looking to astrologers to predict the outcome of the election, for me anyway, says all you need to know about people on TikTok.
And if you're upset at the astrologer and not Kamala Harris for her god-awful campaign,
yeah,
then maybe it's time to do a little bit of soul searching. It's not, oh, no, we can't blame Kamala or Old Balls Tim Walton. No.
It's the astrologers
right
on TikTok that talk like this.
Who was the chick that used to do late-night TV infomercials that was like Jamaican?
Oh, yeah.
Miss Cleo?
Miss Cleo!
Yes.
You're a wealth of knowledge today. You got the Vanna White movie reference earlier.
The Goddess of Love.
And now this, especially after I quote-unquote screwed up. Nice recovery.
So around that same time of Miss Cleo, that's when you had Blue Blockers infomercial and Freedom Rock. Hey, man, is that Freedom Rock? Well, turn it up, man. Do not go anywhere. Coming up next, top stories, and we'll have great moments in food history.
Oh.
See what we did there?
At the World Food Championships.
Do not go anywhere. We're having a good time. It's the Hammer and Nigel Show live at the Indiana State Fairgrounds.
As summer fades and the cool breeze of fall sets in, it's the perfect time to get back to the basics, especially when it comes to your financial future. At Howard Bailey Financial, we believe in simplifying your retirement plan. Our team of advisors help you build a customized retirement strategy that is designed to help reduce risk, increase income, and mitigate tax. Whether you're just starting out or looking to refine your plan, we're here to guide you every step of the way. It's never too early or too late to make sure your financial future is secure. Text BASICS to 888-494-5004 to download your complimentary retirement planning toolkit today. That's BASICS to 888-494-5004. Howard Bailey Financial. Back to the basics. Forward to your future. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Lovebirds, you're in for a treat. With your holiday proposal just around the corner, Shane Company is here to help you create your dream engagement ring. This is your moment. Let's make it magical. Through 4 generations as a family business, we've helped tons of couples find a beautiful engagement ring for a price that works with their budget. We've always sourced diamonds directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. At Shane Company, we have the widest selection of ring settings and center stones, in stock and ready to compare side by side. It's so easy. Choose a look that brings your vision to life. From classic styles to modern designs, we have them all. Then pick out a natural or lab-grown diamond, a sapphire in your favorite color, or a vibrant gemstone like ruby or amethyst. With our everyday competitive prices and free lifetime warranty, your forever after is safe with us. Visit shaneco.com and come see us in store. We've got your dream ring and fine jewelry gifts for everyone on your list. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
If you have a well, you simply have to have regular preventative maintenance, or you're going to have a no water event at some point. For a limited time, C&J is offering a 6-point inspection for only $845, and that's a full 15% discount for a flow evaluation, switch analysis, pump amps test, pressure tank check, leak inspection, and a bacteria sampling. Clean out before you chill out. Just call C&J. Great systems and great people too. 317-852-WELL. That's 317-852-WELL.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance, but Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Don't you deserve health care you can count on? Well, you can count on United Healthcare with Medicare plans that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. You can enjoy reliable coverage and low out-of-pocket costs with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. United Healthcare Medicare Advantage plans. Made for Indianapolis, trusted everywhere. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today.
I'm John Morgan. When you call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, your very own army springs into action immediately, 24/7. Our investigators, legal staff, and over 900 lawyers work together to fight to get you the best result as quickly and easily as possible. Insurance companies know who we are, and now you know it too. This firm was built for greatness. This firm was built for you. Injured? Call your army. We're ready to roll. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Don't miss the Flying Toasters 20th anniversary celebration Saturday, November 16th at the Paramount Theater in Anderson with special guest 45 RPM. Tickets available at theflyingtoasters.com.
Coming up in 2 minutes, what could happen to a teenager charged with attempted murder in Greenwood? Someone found dead inside of a tanning bed at Planet Fitness yesterday, and how a strike was avoided in Fort Wayne. That's coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 5 o'clock.
A classified leaker learns his fate. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. A federal judge just sentencing a member of the Massachusetts Air National Guard to 15 years in prison. Jack Teixeira pleading guilty earlier this year to 6 counts of willful retention and transmission of national defense information, admitting he shared some of the Pentagon's secrets on social media site Discord.
They searched his home. This was a huge deal last year in the Boston area. When they went there, his hands up on his head. They walked him out of his home. He's 22 years old, and he leaked what they say are some of the most significant and consequential secrets, citing the Espionage Act in American history.
Fox's Alexis McAdams. Defense attorneys had argued Teixeira never meant to harm the United States. The second Trump administration beginning to take shape. Today, the president-elect announcing Florida Congressman Mike Waltz as his pick for national security advisor, and former Arkansas Governor Mike Huckabee to be U.S. ambassador to Israel. Sources tell Fox News he wants Florida Senator Marco Rubio as Secretary of State, and South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem to head the Homeland Security Department. The president-elect plans to make it easier to fire federal workers.
President-elect Trump says on the first day of his new administration, he will sign an executive order giving him that power. He's promising to wield it aggressively. Trump's executive order would reclassify tens of thousands of federal workers as at-will employees, making it easier to fire and replace them.
Fox's Rich Edson. He issued the same executive order in his first presidency. President Biden rescinded it. Tomorrow, they meet in the Oval Office.
They're going to see these two, one
president-elect and the current president sitting down and doing what is the norm.
White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre says it'll send a message about the importance of a peaceful transition. Just getting word of an apparent explosion at a business in Louisville, Kentucky, sending at least 11 employees to hospitals, with residents urged to shelter in place. America is listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Charged with attempted murder. 47 degrees, mostly cloudy in downtown Indianapolis. All clear on your radar. Low of about 39 is what's expected tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox for the Michaelis Corporation. Here's what's trending at 5:02. A 13-year-old boy remains in the hospital after he was shot in Greenwood Sunday by another teenager.
Young person has been taken into custody and has been preliminarily charged with attempted murder. We don't know if that's the way it's going to play out in the long run, but we do that to make sure that the legal process proceeds correctly.
Johnson County Prosecutor Lance Hamner says this is the second time this year his office has had a case involving a teenager using a gun. A body was found inside of a Planet Fitness in Indianapolis yesterday, reports John Herrick.
It was at the Planet Fitness on Hardigan Street near US 31 and County Line Road, where police say they found the body of Derek Sink in a tanning bed Monday morning. Both IMPD and Planet Fitness say they're trying to figure out how this happened. Sink was 39 years old. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
UAW workers at the GM plant in Fort Wayne have backed off their threats of a strike after reaching an agreement Monday. UAW President Rich Letourneau said their problem was senior staff having to cover shifts of temporary workers once they were gone.
The company just needs to abide by the agreement we both agreed to, have some accountability for their actions, and have some integrity when it comes to collective bargaining. I mean, when we sign a contract, they sign a contract, we expect them to live up to it, just like they expect us to live up to it.
The union had been given approval to go on strike last month. Thankfully, they didn't need to take things that far after reaching that agreement. The Indianapolis International Airport is a favorite for travelers, but now the airport means something entirely different to a group of new Americans. Here's Donnie Burgess.
Ben Davis High School welcoming nearly 50 people Tuesday to their new lives as American citizens and as Hoosiers. The Indy Airport hosted its first ever U.S. citizen naturalization ceremony.
It is my sincere pleasure to congratulate you on becoming a citizen of the United States of America and a Hoosier.
Emily Zink, representing Governor-elect Mike Braun, who had to miss the ceremony, but sent some words of encouragement.
It is my honor to represent you and welcome you to the United States and Indiana. Sincerely, Mike Braun.
Donnie Burgess, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You're 1 minute away from traffic and weather. It's 5:04.
Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I'm here with Michaela to talk about water damage. Water damage at your home or business can come from heavy rains, broken or frozen pipes, and countless other ways. Michaela, if someone has a loss due to water, why should they call Michaelis?
Michaelis is a local, family-owned Indianapolis company with 39 years experience. We are manning the phones and ready to help 24/7, 365. Michaelis specializes in water damage restoration, is IICRC certified, and will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I know a big part of getting back to normal is dealing with the insurance company. Can Michaelis help there?
Yes, Michaelis works through the entire process on your behalf to make it easy and give you peace of mind.
If you have water damage, call the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and mold, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. That's 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
With traffic on the 5s at 5:05, here's Matt Bear.
Yeah, Harrison South Side crash northbound 65 after 465. Two right lanes are closed. We're stopped to Edgewood Avenue for a 16-minute delay. West side delayed southbound 465 10th to Sam Jones Expressway because of construction. 13 minutes on the delay. Inbound 65 stop and go before MLK to Meridian Penn. Eastbound 70 slows from Harding into the south split up to the Washington Street exit. Looking at eastbound 465 on the north side, stop and go traffic Westfield Boulevard to the White River. Northbound 69 stop and go traffic out of State Road 37 past 126th Street. Traffic sponsored by Experience Columbus. Holiday cheer is even more cheerful in Columbus. Yes, plan your holiday happenings or weekend getaway at experiencecolumbus.com/holidays. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
For tonight, partly cloudy, low temperatures in the mid to upper 30s.
Wednesday starts off dry, but showers and a few rumbles of thunder are likely later on in the day. High temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on The Level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
Can you believe these characters are weirdos?
So let's rock it.
My name is Nigel. Jason Hammer is here. We are live out at the World Food Championships. They were going on all weekend. Tons of people out here at the State Fairgrounds. One of the most prestigious culinary competitions in the world, all culminating tonight with the awards. And this is where we're at, Hammer. You and I were just backstage stuffing our faces full of samples. It's so delicious. This is incredible.
Maybe the best day of my life.
I mean, the wedding's got to be up there.
I mean, it's up there. But when you think about what we're doing here today,
oh, man.
People are just bringing us the world's best barbecue, one plate after the other, full plates of, like, Cornish hens.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been amazing. And, man, I got to say, the fairgrounds showed up here, man. This place looks amazing. I hope this becomes an annual thing here for Indianapolis.
I think it will for sure.
Man, it was just 1 week ago, Nige. You and I were talking about how you got less than an hour to get to the polls, and it was election day.
Oh, my gosh.
1 week ago.
Wow. Time flies.
Feels like it's been a lot longer.
It does.
And now there's a report showing that people who are stressed and freaking out about the election
for God's sake,
are doom spending to make themselves feel better.
Oh, well, do we understand what doom spending is? Just spending all your savings because it doesn't matter anymore. We're all going, the apocalypse is going to happen.
Right. Here is a Yahoo Finance expert, Rochelle, with some tips to avoid doom spending.
The first tip is to get real about your budget. So I'm not talking about strict penny pinching like a New Year's resolution, but really set up a flexible budget that works with your life. Second tip is to know your triggers. Do you get the Sunday scaries? Is it after a tough day at work? And my final tip, sleep on it. Impulse purchases, they feel good in the moment, but that 24-hour cooling off period can make all the difference.
Oh, for God's sake, people are doom spending because of the outcome of the election. I don't know, if I didn't live in this bubble, in this world that we live in, where we have to be on social media, where we have to watch the news and talk about this stuff, I feel like it's not as big a deal this time around with Trump being in there. It was Trump. Remember when in 2016, Trump got elected, there were riots outside the White House. Remember that?
There were scream at the sky rallies.
There was protests. There was demonstrations. Besides, I think, a random one in Portland over the weekend, that's really all I've seen. I've seen a bunch of scowls from Democrats
I've
on
seen
Twitter.
a mass unfriending on Facebook.
But I haven't. But do you know what I've seen? It's not as palpable as it was to me as it was in 2016 because it was all brand new.
Right. Well, Hillary was their golden child, right? They thought for sure they were going to shatter that glass ceiling, and Pantsuit Patty was going to walk up there, take that oath of office, and kill as many people as she wants, allegedly. But
people that are doom spending, emptying out their 401ks because of who won the election?
You know what? Let them. If you want to be that stupid and just give your money away, doom spend it on me. Doom spend it at the Hammer and Nigel Show merchandise store.
Yes, there you go.
Just in time for the holidays, get that person in your house that loves the Hammer and Nigel Show a hoodie, a hat, a T-shirt. Order it now so you have it for the holidays. Store.hammerandnigel.com.
Very nice. Very good.
Thank you.
I just like some of these people just need a hug. You know what I mean? Like I remember rounding out the year 2020, going into 2021. I'm not sure, if the vaccine was there yet, but there was a guy in the media that I'm friends with, and he put out a doom message, like I can't believe 2021, this is the end, like that kind of thing. And I remember messaging him and saying, dude, you need a vacation. If we got through 2020. 2021 is going to be better, and he's a lefty. He's
right.
So I feel like you need to give these people hugs. You just need to give them a bit of grace.
I think you can tell them to go to hell. If you want to doom spend, great. It helps the economy. I'm not hugging him.
I teed that one up, and you just hit it straight out of the park.
There's a dude that used to own a bar here in Indy. Used to be like Claude Nanny's owner and some other stuff. He claims he's a Republican, but just a never Trump lunatic. I mean, he would wake up in the morning, you would see him posting about Trump at like 6 a.m., and it would go all day long. Well, my personal Facebook page was maxed out at 5,000, right? Not the Hammer and Nigel page, my personal one. He was one of my friends on social media. I checked back the other day. I'm down like 40 people since the election, and he was one of them. I'm like, oh, you piece of you-know-what. You can dish it, but you can't take it, you candy ass.
That's the other thing. It's like, why are people allowed... Why are they allowed to post those kinds of things, their feelings, their thoughts? But when you try to push back or you try to talk reason with them, that's when they get in a bad mood.
Right.
That's when they eliminate you from their life.
And it's not like, it was threatening or harassing or whatever, because I will block people on social media. If you are a habitual troll, I mean, like every day, just doing it to be a pain in the ass.
No, I understand.
I'll block you. But if it's just a difference in opinion, like, oh, I don't know, hey, I'm not a Nazi because I want the border secure. Like, these people lose their minds. I want you to listen to this audio, Nigel. We were talking about the Colts earlier when Jeff Boggs was here. So, Colts head coach Shane Steichen, he was doing this Zoom-style press conference, right? And there's a local reporter named James Boyd. He asked Steichen why Anthony Richardson was benched. Why? Because Richardson claims he has no idea. Take a listen to this, and I want you to take a drink.
Okay.
Every time you hear the word process.
Shane, and again, this is just to, I guess, clear the air or get some understanding. When we talk to you, we talk to AR, we talk to Cam Turner, like, no one will say specifically what Anthony needs to work on. Can you just explain, like, what he did or didn't do or must do, not do to improve? Because everything that we always hear is, everything, or he has to, like, can anybody be specific about this?
Yeah, I think it's just consistent with the process. That's what it is. Just, you got to go through the process every single day, and that's where it's at. You know what I mean? He's a great person, phenomenal human being. Like I said, not ever losing faith or trust in him. We're going through a process right now, and that's where it's at.
Can you explain the process? Like, has he been late? Has he not prepared the right way? Like, we hear those words, and you can take it, and I'm just trying to understand, not to put any words in your mouth or spin anything. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, well, like I said, we're going through a process, James. That's it.
You gotta be kidding me. Something is going on. Something is wrong. Something. Yes. I mean, that's a hot take, Nigel. Something is dysfunctional, but they're not saying bubkus. They are not showing. I have a feeling it's coming from Irsay. Is any of this coming from Irsay?
It kind of reeks of Irsay, doesn't it? Just a little bit?
I mean, hell, back in 2022, if you remember what happened, we talked to Kevin Bowen about it yesterday, where Irsay basically blew the effer up.
Yes. He was the one that brought in Jeff Saturday to finish out the run. And
after he fired Reich.
Right. And benched Matt Ryan, but then brought Matt Ryan back to start, and it was a mess, man. And the Colts were a laughingstock, and it kind of feels like we're at that level of dysfunction now.
It's getting there. But the other thing that Bowen said is like, yeah, look, there's still a way, a quote-unquote process for the Colts to back their way into the playoffs if the schedule works out right.
I love that reporter's question. What do you mean? Like, what do you specifically mean? We're in a process. Oh, okay. Well, why didn't you say so? My bad.
Oh, that was great.
We are at the World Food Championships, getting ready for the awards ceremony. Crossing our fingers for some of our Hoosier friends that are here. Circle City Sweets. Cindy was here earlier, stopped by, said hello.
Yeah, she was nice.
Hopefully she wins something. But it feels like we should do this segment right now before the awards. Great moments in food history.
Oh.
Okay? Name this movie, Big Nige. Go ahead.
What do you guys want? Get some sour cream and onion chips with some dip, man. Some beef jerky, some peanut butter. Get some Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars, a whole lot of hot. Make sure chocolate. Gotta have chocolate, man. Some popcorn, red popcorn, graham crackers. Graham crackers is the marshmallows, the little marshmallows, and little chocolate bars, and we'll make some s'mores, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yo. Also, celery, grape jelly, Captain Crunch with the little crunch berries. Pizzas, we need 2 big pizzas, man. Everything on them with water, a whole lot of water, and onions.
Baked goods. Half-baked!
Baked goods. I almost want to throw this damn chair at you right now. Baked goods.
I knew baked was in it. Oh, that was
the
Jim
look
Brewer.
of disgust on Phelan's face right now. Our engineer, Phelan.
I got my words mixed up there. Half-baked is what I was going for. But
Friend of the
goods.
show, Jim Brewer, for the love of God.
That's right.
All right, 1 for 1.
All right.
Great moments in movie food history.
Okay.
Here's number 2.
Hamburgers, the cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast. What kind of hamburger?
I got this.
Cheeseburgers. No. Where'd you get them? McDonald's, Wendy's, Jack in the Box, where?
Big Kahuna Burger.
Big Kahuna Burger. That's that Hawaiian burger joint. I hear they got some tasty burgers. I ain't never had one myself. How are they?
They're good.
You mind if I try one of yours? This is yours here, right? Mm-hmm. This is a tasty burger. You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France?
No.
Royale.
Tell them, Vincent.
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. You know why they call it that?
Because of the metric system.
Check out the big brain on bread.
Pulp Fiction, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is. 2 for 2. All right, this one might be a little tricky. Great moments in movie food history, number 3.
Best $1.49 buffet in town, Clark.
Eddie, I think I'll just be over by the saltines.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and get us a table. Well, I'll have some of the yellow. And don't get cheap on me.
Vegas vacation, baby.
Yes.
Can I have some of the yellow?
The cheap buffet.
Oh, God, that's great.
All right, last but not least, it's one of my favorites, but I don't think so. Go ahead, Allison.
Pluto! Hey, I think you know everybody here.
Really, can't you?
Oh, no, don't worry. Just keep your hands and feet away from his mouth.
Don't you have any respect for yourself? This is absolutely gross. That boy is a P-I-G pig.
See if you can guess what I am now. I'm a zit. Get it?
You know, it was on the tip of my tongue was Blues Brothers, but it's Animal House.
Close, very close. Yes, Animal House is correct. Well done. 4 for 4. You ran the table.
Thank you.
There you go.
It was calling baked goods was a little. That was embarrassing. That movie, I've seen it a million times, calling it baked goods.
Baked goods?
I'll take it.
Like, I'm embarrassed to be next to you right now. Not Bear.
Southside crash northbound 65 after 465 interchange. 2 right lanes are closed and traffic is stopped. Back to Southport Road. Delay time now 18 minutes. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic. MLK to Meridian Penn. Inbound 70 slow from Rural through the north split down to Fletcher Avenue. That's stop and go traffic. On the west side, southbound 465 construction zone, and we're delayed from 10th Street down to Sam Jones Expressway. 15 minutes on your delay time. And Noblesville, northbound 69 stop and go traffic from 116th Street up to Brooks School Road. Traffic sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
50 at the American Standard Heating and Weather Center. Are you okay with this? Next.
Business needs a network it can count on.
Power's out.
Comcast Business has you covered with Wi-Fi backup to help keep your business up and running, even when your power goes out.
Everybody in the warehouse good? Lights are out, but the Wi-Fi's up. Let's power on.
It's from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Break room, you good?
Can't microwave my burrito, but Wi-Fi's fine. Let's power on.
Power on with the leader in connectivity, Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Learn how to get Comcast Business Internet and Security Edge plus Wi-Fi backup for $59 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement when you add Comcast Business Unlimited Mobile. And ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 11/17/24. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 300 megabit per second internet, Security Edge, and Wi-Fi backup. Eco bill and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change.
Earn, save, grow. It's time your money works harder and goes further with a Stockyards Bank and Trust CD. For a limited time, earn 5.15 annual percentage yield with our 5-month CD special. Proudly serving our communities since 1904. Visit any of our 5 Indianapolis area locations or syb.com/IndyCD today and experience the Stockyards Bank difference. 10,000 minimum balance required. Limited time offer. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Mark Turney, a retired Army First Sergeant with over 25 years of service. I get my health care at Veteran Health Indiana and couldn't be happier. Learn about the benefits that we have all earned for our service. By joining the VA, you are supporting all our brothers and sisters who need our support.
Did you serve in the U.S. military? You need to learn about the veterans' health benefits that could be available to you. Visit vacares.us. That's vacares.us.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
Get in gear with fall savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Get a brand new 2024 Navigator. Get an incredible $10,000 off plus 0% for 60 months. Or get $7,000 off select new 2024 Lincoln Aviators plus 0% for 60 months. So get some of those fall savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Qualified buyers with approved credit. Not all buyers will qualify. Taxes and dealer fees extra. Stock number L24412. MSRP 104,200. Stock number L24208. MSRP 75,300. See dealer for complete details.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
When you hear Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, you probably think of larger-than-life balloons and show-stopping performers. But this year, for the first time, you should also think of incredible deals, because Macy's is counting down to the big day with our first ever Parade of Deals happening now. We have big savings on gifts, like 25 to 40% off sweaters and fleece. And every day, find new deals online all the way through the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
This hour on 93 WIBC, powered by Family Heating and Air, your American Standard Air dealer in Indianapolis.
Are you really okay with this?
Are you okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm pretty far from okay.
Are you okay with this? On the Hammer and Nigel show. Oh, yeah!
Yeah, we're live out of the World Food Championships here at the State Fairgrounds. My name is Nigel. Hammer's here. Australian breakdance star Reagan announced she's retiring from competitive breakdancing. Remind us who Reagan is, and are you okay with this, Hammer?
She was the individual in the Olympics that went viral after she got a 0 on her score. And her routine was like just kind of making an acute angle on the floor and then standing up almost like, you know, Karate Kid style.
It wasn't breakdancing.
No.
It was nowhere near breakdancing.
But now she says on this radio show in Australia that, you know, the backlash has been too intense and play the sad violin. No, I'm not okay with this, because if she had any sort of business savvy sense, you could take this and make it a positive.
Yes, of course.
People fail all the time, but they still can laugh at it. They can still make a living. They can still capitalize off of it.
She could take what she did at the Olympics, and it was ridiculous. It was not breakdancing, but she could take that act and go to venues and perform and charge money. I would pay to go see that.
I would too.
To laugh at her.
100%. Now, I will say the score was accurate because over the weekend, one of the defensive players from the Minnesota Vikings got a turnover. And you know how the players run to the end zone and they celebrate? This guy did her exact routine better than she did. Like a Minnesota Vikings football player. Laid on the ground, made the, angle, got up, did the weird crane thing.
I saw that.
So, no, I'm not okay with this. Come on, tough it up.
But it's funny that she says she's retiring from break dancing, implying that she was making a living from it. There's no way. That's not what she was. Go watch Breakin' or Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Boom.
You want to see breakdancing, okay?
Right.
So you mentioned the NFL. I wanted to run this by you real quick. The 49ers star Nick Bosa, he's been fined almost $12,000 by the NFL for wearing a Make America Great Again hat on the field after the game. Are you okay with this?
So the league rules prohibit players from displaying personal messages while on the field before, during, or after games. No, I'm not okay with this. First of all, the NFL had a big push encouraging people to go out and vote. Like if you've watched a football game, they played that thing like every other commercial.
Yeah.
Players like Adam Thielen and all these other guys encouraging you to get out and vote. And I'm also old enough to remember when the league said it was fine for people to take a knee for the national anthem.
Oh, yeah.
But heaven forbid somebody wear a Donald Trump hat after the game on the field. You don't get to have a league-wide please go vote campaign and then fine somebody $12,000 for having a hat of the guy that he's voting for. It doesn't work that way. It's ridiculous. There's a double standard.
All right, I think coming up next we have the founder of the World Food Championships coming up. Again, we're live out at the Indiana State Fair all weekend long. If you watched anything in the news, local news, this place, we're at the Indiana Farmers Pavilion, right?
Yes.
Indiana State Farm Bureau. Farm Bureau. And this place was just packed with food. There were chefs from all over the country, all over the world competing. And now we're down to the final night, the awards night.
And when we say competing, we saw it earlier.
Yeah.
It gets pretty heated,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what was going on at the soup table, but somebody was about to get a face full of something hot. So the founder of this whole shebang is coming up next. Right now, let's break down and have a look at the news.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What could happen next for an arrested teenager? Skies are clear with temperatures in the upper 40s downtown. Nothing under radar. Low of about 38 tonight. I'm Harrison Silcox. Here's what's trending at 5:29. A 13-year-old boy is still in the hospital after he was shot on Greenwood Sunday by another teenager.
The young person has been taken into custody and has been preliminarily charged with attempted murder. We don't know if that's the way it's going to play out in the long run, but we do that to make sure that the legal process proceeds correctly.
Johnson County Prosecutor Lance Hamner says this is the second time that his office has had a case involving a teenager using a gun this year. There's been a workplace explosion in Louisville this afternoon. There's some reports of people trapped inside of a building as well. Louisville Fire says they're on the scene of what they're describing as a hazardous materials incident. There's also a shelter in place for people nearby. A shelter-in-place order, that is. President Joe Biden's going to host Donald Trump at the White House tomorrow to start the whole transition process from one administration to the next. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says a peaceful transfer of power is what's important to the current president.
It is important to him. It is important not just because it's important to him, but it's important to the American people. He said the American people deserve this. They deserve a peaceful transfer of power. They deserve a smooth transition.
Rewind about 4 years ago, Trump did not invite Biden to the White House, believing he rightfully won an election that he lost. There will not be a strike at the GM plant in Fort Wayne. The United Auto Workers Union and the company reached an agreement last week which stopped senior staff from being on the hook for shifts that were left open by temporary workers no longer with the company.
When the company realized that I was not going to extend the temporary employees, They went into panic mode. They'll admit it to you, they panicked. And their only recourse was to violate my contract, and that's what they did.
Local UAW President Rich Letourneau says it's important to focus on keeping manufacturing jobs in the U.S. And a report says there's been a decrease in veteran homelessness in both Indiana and across the nation.
And that report is from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. I'm John Herrick. They say there was a 13% decrease in homelessness since last year. And on Veterans Day, you're hearing a celebration at Traditions at North Willow in Indianapolis to honor veterans. One of the men in attendance of that celebration was Jesse Bale, a 100-year-old World War II vet. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
With a look at the roads at 5:32, here's Matt Bear.
Harrison South Side crash, northbound 65 after 465. We have the 2 right lanes blocked and traffic is stopped. 2-stop 11 Road, that's past Southport Road, and a delay time of 35 minutes. Also South Side, westbound 465 stopped from 31 for about a mile and a half. West Side, southbound 465, stop-and-go traffic after West 21st Street down to Sam Jones Expressway, running at a delay of about 15 minutes. About 65, stop-and-go from MLK to Meridian Pad, and on the east side, southbound 465 sluggish from Washington to Arlington Avenue. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better. Hot tubs, 24-hour water filtration, purification, and aeration means better water quality. Natural minerals and Epsom salts means better relaxation. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. And here's your forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
For tonight, partly cloudy, low temperatures in the mid to upper 30s. Wednesday starts off dry, but showers and a few rumbles of thunder are likely later on in the day. High temperatures in the upper 50s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Ryan Morse for 93 WIBC.
I'm Harrison Silcox on the Level on the Go and on WIBC.com.
You're listening to the Hammer and Nigel Show.
Yeah, Nigel, that's Hammer. We're broadcasting from the most prestigious culinary competition in the World Food Championships. Happening all weekend long at the Indiana State Fair, all culminating tonight with the final at the awards show, and we are sitting here with the founder of the World Food Championships, Mr. Mike McLeod. Welcome to Indianapolis, sir.
Guys,
it's great to have you.
Thank you. It's been wonderful to be here. It's been about 2 months and 1 week that we've been here. Had a fabulous time, met a lot of great people, had a lot of great food, and we're about to crown 12 great champions.
So this is your baby. Tell us about how the World Food Championships got started.
You know, there's been great barbecue contests for decades and chili contests for decades in this country. About 15 years ago, everything started popping up. Burger bashes, sandwich slams, dessert offs, Food Network. All these things really started getting a lot of steam, and we just sat around because we were marketing barbecue and chili a lot, thinking there should be a Super Bowl of food. Why is there not one? Why is there not a March Madness? Why is there not some kind of playoffs, a World Series, etc.? And we thought that we could pull it off, and we did in 2012. We did it first time in Las Vegas. We went to Caesars. They partnered with us, and we brought to life a whole new league of champions, and that's chef champions. Everybody knows a great chef, right? These people are artists. They are athletes. So we gave them a field to play on and a way to prove that they are the best at bacon, dessert, sandwich, 9 other categories, you name it. And this time of year, every year, we get to see the best in the world come together.
So you mentioned that you've been to like Las Vegas before and some other cities. We're super competitive in Indy. We think this city hosts big events better than anybody, whether it's Super Bowls, Final Fours, All-Star games, all that kind of stuff. How has your time in Indy been?
An absolute mirror of that comment. And the reason is Indianapolis is a big city, but also has a big community heart.
Yes.
Everyone we come in contact with cares. They want something good for Indianapolis. They want something good for Indiana.
We want to do things better than anybody.
You're exactly right. It's almost like, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's almost like Avis. We try harder, right? Number two always tries harder. I mean, I love Vegas. I love New York. I love L.A. But let's face it, they really don't have to try hard to get big events. When you're dealing with cities like Nashville, Tampa, Indy, etc., it's a little bit different game. You've got to put your heart and soul into it and show how wonderful the community is, and in our case, what the food scene is like, that it's a quality food scene, And then the community and the business community will get behind you and support you. And that's what happened here in Indianapolis.
Mike McLeod is the founder of the World Food Championships has taken place here in Indy for the first time. Talk a little bit more about your background, maybe reset who you are and where you're from and how in the world, 12 years later, it's the Super Bowl of food here.
Yeah.
So tell us what your background is in the industry.
So the long and the short of it is I'm a marketing guy that got a big break. I got introduced to the Kansas City Barbecue Society in 2006. I became their marketing agency and their marketing director. It lasted about 12 years. We looked at the industry from inside out. We turned it into a marketable, spectator-friendly kind of thing. We helped them grow 300%. We helped them go international. And during that process, we were discovering these other categories, the burger, the desserts, the sandwiches, et cetera. And we just decided to build something on our own, and that was the World Food Championships. And we've been at it since 2012. I'm a marketing guy. I'm not a chef. I've learned a lot of things about food. But what I have learned is my favorite dish is always the one that's being created for me.
Right.
Not the one that I'm creating.
And right now, again, we're minutes away from like some of the winners being selected. Like there's a big red carpet here. The lights have gone down. It's like the 1995 Chicago Bulls are about to be announced.
You got it.
Right?
We've got some people about that tall, but no one that fast.
So how does like this growth come to be? Like 12 years ago, I don't think the term foodie exists. Like there may have been somebody that likes food, there may have been fat guys like me, but the term foodie I don't think exists. Now there are people who go to these events specifically all around the country. How did this growth come to be?
I think it was just we realized there was a lot of passion behind the culinary and cooking world. There's been very prestigious cooking competitions, but they're usually very quiet, very select, very invitation only. And we believe that people are aspirational and people can take their passion and funnel it into any particular genre of sport or passion and do something great with it. We felt like food and sport could come together, and that's why we started calling it food sport. And that's why you see all the lights, the sounds, the smoke, the red carpet, the cheferees. I don't know if you've noticed, we have cheferees here, right?
I heard a whistle. I think somebody got a tech earlier. Somebody got a technical foul.
They probably got put in timeout, too. So we wanted to make it fun. This is for everyday cooks. We do have Michelin star chefs. We do have professional teams. We have home cooks. But if you're really, really good at making a fantastic all-American cheeseburger, this is your platform. This could be your American Idol of food. You come here, you prove yourself, you propel yourself to a champion status, which we'll do tonight. You win $10,000, and then you have a chance to go win a $150,000 bonus prize if you can beat the other champions, right? So we go to the final table in March. These 12 winners tonight will go head-to-head in 3 more challenges to try to win $150,000. So this can be life-changing for people. Last year's champion quit her job and started her own pastry shop as a result of winning $150,000.
You got any Hot Pockets around here, Mike? Any Pop-Tarts around here, Mike?
We got some cold hot dogs and some M&Ms in the back. That's usually what I eat during the championship.
Mike, if I understand you correctly, I do feel like all of this has spawned from barbecue, though. It was born of barbecue competition.
My roots are in barbecue because I learned how to market barbecue champions. And if you ever saw TV show Pitmasters, and things like that, I worked with all those guys. And what I learned that was amazing about those teams is they could cook things more than just barbecue. They could make a dessert, a cheesecake, a bourbon glazed pecan cheesecake on a smoker.
Man.
Now when you learn how to do that, you're pretty good at cooking, right? And we just thought, my goodness, why don't we have a dessert category? And then why doesn't that go to something else? And it did.
So, Nigel, I know you've lived in Austin, Texas before.
Yes.
So, Mike, I'm going to put you on the spot here, too. As barbecue guys, pick one. Kansas City, Memphis, or Austin? Best barbecue.
Well, I've never been to Kansas City. I can't comment. I know Austin had some incredible barbecue. The Salt Lick was just one of our favorite places to go. I think Mike might be on a different level than I am in terms of selecting a hometown for barbecue, if you will. You know
hands down, it's Kansas City.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
you knew he was going to say Kansas City.
And the reason is it's the melting pot of barbecue. You see everything there. You see the Carolinas, mustard base. you see the vinegar-based, you see the dry rub, you see the brisket, you see all of it in Kansas City. And the best place that I love to go is a place called Q39 in Kansas City. It's on 39th Street.
I'm writing this down right now.
It was created by the late great Rob McGee. He was a KCBS Team of the Year 2 or 3 times, and he knew what he was doing. He used to be executive chef at a Hilton franchise, and he just did barbecue on the side, and he became extremely successful. And then he took that success with competition barbecue and put it into a real restaurant, and now he's got a chain. Of course, he's passed now, but his family carries that on, and Q39 is my favorite place to eat barbecue.
What's your experience like personally here, Mike? We're speaking with the founder of the World Food Championships. The awards, the ceremony is tonight, and you've been here for a couple of weeks, you said, but I think it's been a couple of months.
It feels like a couple of months. 10 days, couple of months, the same.
Where have you been staying? What are some of your favorite places that stick out in your mind here in Central Indy?
So where I'm staying is 2 places. I have an Airbnb close, and then I have a hotel room downtown because I never know where I'm going to end the night.
Yes.
So so I stay in 2 places, right? Helping your tourism, but also having comfort with Airbnb.
I like it.
Where I've been, oh my gosh, I have been to so many great places, and of course you have to do the traditional stuff, right? But Tinker Street, the Garage, going to some of the restaurants there, going to St. Elmo's. I found a place called Root and Bone, which I think I've eaten there about 4 times in the last 10 days.
Right, I believe.
Yeah, it's not too far, and they do a great job. So we met Chef Craig Baker about 8 years ago. He came in our championship representing Indiana and became the world chef champion. And when I tasted his food and looked into his eyes and realized what kind of talent he's got going on, I realized Indianapolis is a place to be. It's got to have a great culinary scene. So
wait, we have a world food champion from Indiana?
A world chef challenge from Indianapolis, Craig Baker, and he's in the finals of one of these categories tonight. We don't know if he's going to repeat or not, but good luck to him and good luck to all the Indiana chefs out there. We got several in the finals.
Amazing. And I'm looking at some of the categories. Again, for somebody listening that might not know much about this event, there's a category for barbecue, chef, chili, dessert, live fire, steak.
Rice, noodle.
Right.
And gosh, I'm going to overlook them.
Like, I don't know what category the soup is in, but it was getting pretty loud at the soup table.
It's called soup.
Earlier. Yeah.
We keep it simple around here. Maybe it's foie gras soup, but we're going to call it soup.
Yeah, there was some controversy. There was some drama at the soup table when we first got here.
Guys, that's the fun thing about what we've done with food competitions. We've put rules in play. We've put a field in play. We've got chefferys in play. You can't cheat the system. And you can't cheat the clock. So if you don't get your dish in that last few seconds, you're DQ'd. And you've spent $5,000 to come to Indianapolis, and you don't even get a score. That's a bad day.
Pressure's
on. That's a bad day for me as a food sport commissioner.
Is this going to be streamed tonight anywhere? Can people watch this on YouTube, I believe?
We've got a channel on YouTube, World Food Championships channel.
So I'm sure there's a lot of foodies right now that will be interested in watching.
I mean, this is an award program. We're not going to have a whole lot of food tonight, but we are going to have a whole lot of bar talk tonight to see who won and who didn't win. There's going to be thrill of victory. There's going to be agony of defeat tonight, and I've already seen all the results. And all I've got to say to you is stay tuned. It's going to be fun.
Mike McLeod is the founder of the World Food Championships. Last thing here before we let you go, bringing it back here to Central Indy. Are we in the mix to do this event again?
Yeah, you got the inside track. We get approached by cities all the time to bring this championship. It's hard to move this championship for us. We're not dealing in the multi millions of dollars of sponsorships yet.
Not yet.
So it's hard. It's hard to move every year. So we tend to like to stay in a place 3 to 5 years. I have loved Indianapolis so much. I wouldn't mind this being our hometown. And
we'd love to have it.
And setting down some roots, and then have regional qualifiers throughout the nation and the world, and everybody has to come back here for the championship. So that would be my druthers. But we got to work with a lot of political leaders, business leaders here in Indianapolis.
Hey, we know the governor-elect. We know the lieutenant governor-elect. If you need us to shake those guys down,
please do.
Please
do. Well, the funny you say that. The lieutenant governor-elect is going to be here tonight.
Micah Beck.
Yeah,
that's right. Yep. That's right. And we welcome him and all the leaders that want to bring class act, world-class stuff to this city. and finally bring a lot of attention and a lot of accolades to an industry that I think is overworked and underappreciated, and that's the culinary industry. That's what the World Food Championships is all about.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, we've been pretty blessed to have the #1 rated afternoon drive show in the city. We've been named #1 in America on the #1 station. And if there's anything we can do to make sure this thing comes back, you reach out to us.
For all the people who missed this year, stay tuned for next year, because we'll have dishes in our Taste of WFC next year that are from these champions.
Okay.
So you'll get to taste the winning dishes next year when we come back.
That's the founder of the World Food Championships, Mike McLeod. Mike, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
It's the Hammer and Nigel Show.
$182,000.
What?
Yeah, $182,000. According to CBS News, the average American loses out on an average of $182,000 in Social Security income. And it's because they filed for their benefits, Rob, at the wrong time.
Learn how you could avoid this with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy.
We trust Bill to help with planning for our retirement, and you can too.
This free analysis could help you get the most income from Social Security while considering the impact on your spousal benefits, taxes, IRAs, and 401k withdrawals, and Medicare premiums.
If you've saved more than $200,000 and have not filed for Social Security, schedule your free analysis by calling 317-932-9912.
Don't lose $182,000 in Social Security income that's rightfully yours.
Call 317-932-9912. That's 317-932-9912.
Hammer and Nigel here with American Standard. I only use American Standard dealers. I only use American Standard equipment. Had an American Standard air conditioner installed outside my house a couple of years ago. Still humming along. Here's Hammer to tell you about one of those awesome independent American Standard dealers in Central Indy.
How about Stevenson Heating and Cooling in Mooresville? Owner Richard Stevenson has 30 years experience, loves to be in the field working with the customers, a married veteran with 3 daughters. Richard and his amazing staff will treat your house like their own. Fair, honest service, and this has led to referral after referral, and that's what's grown Stevenson Heating and Cooling into what they are today. In Morgan and the surrounding counties, your American Standard dealer is Stevenson Heating and Cooling, 317-557-8532. That's 317-557-8532. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you. American Standard Heating and Air, built to a higher standard.
Indiana Pathways for Aging helps Hoosier Medicaid members age 60 and over get support at no additional cost to live life their way.
Mom's Parkinson's is progressing, and Pathways provides in-home support so she can be with family every day.
Pathways coordinates Medicaid and Medicare services. I'm getting help with meals, personal care, and transportation.
One day, I might choose a nursing home, but today, I have options with Pathways.
To learn more, eligible members call 87 Pathway 4 or visit in.gov/pathways.
In the fight against lung cancer, it's game on, game strong. Franciscan Health leads the way with robotic technology to find and treat cancer sooner. Our entire team of multidisciplinary experts let cancer know it's hard to play against us. Franciscan Health is changing the game for lung cancer patients. Schedule a consultation or second opinion today. Visit franciscanhealth.org/lung cancer care.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick. And it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors.
Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Don't miss the Flying Toasters 20th anniversary celebration Saturday, November 16th at the Paramount Theater in Anderson with special guest 45 RPM. Tickets available at theflyingtoasters.com.
Get inspired by new stories and ideas with Audible's incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Are these uncertain times making you nervous? Give Family Heating and Air a call at 317-577-8077.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
You want to listen all day to WIBC, but you don't always have time. Don't worry. There's a podcast for that. The WIBC Mashup. Daily highlights from your favorite hosts, Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Matt Bear standing by. He has a look at the roads.
South side crash clear. Northbound 65 after 465. Stop and go traffic past Southport Road. It just cleared, so it'll take a minute for us to get out of there. Westbound 465 on the south side. That has stopped after I-65 past US 31. Inbound 65 stop and go traffic. MLK2 Meridian Penn. 8-minute delay. Eastbound 70 slow to the south split from West Street. East side southbound 465 slow roll off 72 Washington Street. And on the north side, eastbound 465, stop and go traffic before Keystone Avenue to Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Royal Spa. Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better hot tubs. 24-hour water filtration, purification, and aeration means better water quality. Natural minerals and Epsom salts means better relaxation. Discover more at royalspa.com. I'm Matt Bear. Follow us for instant traffic updates at WIBC Traffic.
It's 48 at the American Standard Heating Weather Center, and we've got a Hammer's Hero.
And now, it's time for Hammer's Heroes!
This guy's my spirit animal. The new interim head football coach for the New Orleans Saints is a guy named Darren Rizzi.
Yeah?
He sounds like a football coach. He's got the coach voice where he's always sounding like he's got laryngitis.
Okay.
And he took over because their other coach got fired. He won his first game this past weekend.
Nice.
And in the post-game press conference, he talked about how he clogged the toilet before the game.
No, man, I'm a pretty open guy, so this is how my day started. I get down here to the stadium, I get down here to Superdome, I go in the head coach's locker room, which, I've never used before, right? So here I am early in the morning, I go to the bathroom, and this is how my day started. I clogged the toilet. And I'm like, this is going to be a crappy day, pun intended. And so listen, I'm like, okay, this is not really a great start to the day. Here we go. And so, I'm not really feeling like a head coach of an NFL team right now. So I'm like, really? This is really how we're going to start my day?
I love this guy. This guy is the best.
Yeah, sorry I'm late. I clogged the toilet.
We are live at the World Food Championships at the Indiana State Fairgrounds, baby. Top stories next.
Well, if you think you're way too busy to exercise and be healthy, then you're wrong. I'm living proof. My wife is living proof. We both have full-time jobs. It's the way I felt when I started exercising at Exercise Inc. You show up once a week for your private 20-minute workout. It's helped me lose weight. It's helped me build muscle. It's the private studios. It's just you and your coach. You're going to feel better. You're going to look better. You're going to lose some weight. And you might get off some of those prescription meds. There's 5 locations: Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers. ExerciseInc.com. ExerciseInc.com. That's ExerciseInc.com. Go there today, sign up for a free consultation, and please tell them Nigel sent you. It's once a week, it's 20 minutes, it's getting you the exercise and physical movement your body needs and your body craves. Again, there are tons of success stories on their Facebook pages and at their website, exerciseinc.com.
Planning to propose this holiday? Shane Company is ready to help you find your dream engagement ring. We handpick the most beautiful diamonds and colorful gemstones in all shapes and sizes. So when you walk in the door, you can trust your rock is in stock. At Shane Company, we've always sourced directly, cut out the middleman, and pass the savings on to you. We work with your budget, not against it. We'll also protect your ring for life with our free unmatched lifetime warranty. Come see us at shaneco.com and in-store. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
A true partner in your health dedicates time to understanding your needs. At CenterWell Senior Primary Care, doctors make one-on-one time with you a priority, so you can get all your questions answered and feel more confident in your health care. See how it feels to have a team of senior care experts working together to help you feel your best. CenterWell, it's about time. Schedule a tour today at meetcenterwell.com. That's meetcenterwell.com.
Ever have one of those days where your gut just feels blah?
Ugh, yes.
Occasional bloating or gas could be signs that your gut is out of balance. but Align Probiotic can help. Align 24/7 Digestive Support is a daily use probiotic with a unique strain to help relieve occasional digestive issues. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand. So when you feel the signs, it's time to try Align. Align Probiotic. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac automatic standby generator for your home from Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter. Call 317-827-0808. Generator Supercenter of Indianapolis, 317-827-0808.
Hi, it's Bob with Royal Spa. Simply said, Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better. Custom engineered to last a lifetime and cost less to operate. That's simply better. Our water has 24-hour circulation, filtration, aeration, and purification. That's simply better water. Natural minerals to enhance water quality and safe to use with Epsom salts. That's simply better relaxation. Simply said, Royal Spa hot tubs are simply better.
Royal Spa.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Marek Mazurek. Examples of items produced in Evansville from the Civil War to the onset of World War II are on display at the Evansville Museum of Arts, History, and Science. The Made in Evansville exhibit, which runs through November 24th, gives an overview of the types of products that were manufactured by men, women, and children in the city over a nearly 75-year span. One of the museum's trustees, Keith Kinney, said the southern Indiana city has a surprisingly important manufacturing legacy. For instance, a truck body made by the Hercules Buggy Company in the 1920s helped convert a Model T car into a truck.
In the mid-teens, they could see that, automobiles are coming on strong, so they made a conversion kit for different style bodies. You would just take the automobile body off, you would turn it into a pickup truck.
The owner of Hercules also made gas engines for Sears. From the #1 source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar. Because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, investing connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
Plans are being developed in Westfield for over a $1 billion development centered on space exploration and science education east of Grand Park Sports Campus. Members of the Westfield City Council on Monday night heard an introduction for the 66-acre Grand Universe planned unit development, which would feature 4 districts and installations involving rockets and outer space. The first phase of development would include a 170,000 square foot science and space exploration center, which would include a planetarium and a hotel. Next would be a sports entertainment focused district and a mixed-use development with multifamily housing. Officials with Grand Universe Development Partners say both phases would cost about $600 million each. Westfield is having a series of community meetings before the council approves the plan. For a more detailed rundown, head to InsideIndianaBusiness.com. I'm Marek Mazurek for 93 WIBC.
Coming up in 2 minutes, someone found dead inside a Planet Fitness yesterday, and over 50 people at the Indianapolis airports who became American citizens today. That's all coming up after Fox News Radio from the Technology Recycler Studios. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 6 o'clock.
15 years in prison.